Yeah, buddies, it's Fantastic Friday on our way to Super Sunday. It's the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington.
I'm Gail Bennington.
And we're about to make all your Super Bowl dreams come true because there's nothing more fun than playing bonsai. Because when it happens and you hit send, it's thrilling. And I've been at parties where people are going, "What are you doing?" And then when I tell them the whole thing, they get excited, and then everybody yells bonsai together. So, if you're out at a party with your friends, you don't even have to be a daily listener. I'd rather you were. But if you want to try to, hedge your bet, have 5 other phones come with you.
Yeah, that's a good call.
And you go, "Oh, what do you guys try to get out of that?" Nothing. All we get out of it is love. Try to make your Super Bowl a little more super. All right, it's the Bennington Show on a Friday, Super Bowl weekend. And coming up in just a couple hours, 50 different comedians will be giving their Super Bowl predictions. Let's see how we do against them. Chris Stanley, what is your Super Bowl prediction?
The winner will be the Patriots with a score of 31 to 17.
31 to 17. Gail, what do you have?
All right, I have Rams 21, Patriots 17. The Rams win the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Earl Douglas.
I've got the Rams 31 to 14.
My pick, basically.
31-14.
He went with Rams, though.
Okay.
He flipped the script.
31-14. I think this is going to be ball control by the Rams and basically keep Brady off the field.
If you're going to see ball control, it ain't going to be by the Rams. That fucking running game. I don't know what happens with him. Pressure comes on a girl. He's like, I don't know.
He's on a bike on the sidelines.
Where are you going, dude? There's no wheels on there. Vito Calise?
Rams 28, Pats 24.
You're also going Rams.
I'm going Rams.
Well,
Rams buddies.
yeah, 3 Rams buddies. And if I pick the Rams, I go against Chris Stanley. And Chris Stanley normally goes in the opposite direction. The only person here that I am kind of leaning towards is Earl Douglas, because when I was a kid and he played for the Eagles as Irv Cross. And before that, he was a Ram named Night Train Lane. Earl's always been here. Chris, what was your bet?
Patriots 31-17.
I'm going to go 32-18, the Patriots.
Nice.
I'm glad to have you, Ron. Glad to have you on this side.
But I'm not going to be surprised by anything.
You think it's any man's game?
These are, the Rams, if you remember, I was going back and forth between the Rams and Saints all year.
Yeah.
But now as we get here, Belichick has 2 weeks to put this thing together. I don't see the offensive explosions that you guys see, but I didn't see Alabama getting the dog shit kicked out of them either.
Right. Now, will you think that Belichick, despite the cold weather, will be in his cut-off sweater that he loves so much?
I think he's going to be inside, so yeah, he'll be fine. Yeah. And I think he just does that to be a dick because he's not allowed to wear his regular clothes.
Yeah.
I think he just makes that outfit look as fucking unattractive as he possibly can.
It makes me ill, to be honest. I don't like to look at it.
Look, I grew up with a fucking suit and a hat on a coach. It was a fucking great look. And they're like, no, we can't sell suits. Why not? Why can't you come up with the NFL coach's suit line? Well, I think a lot of guys would need it.
I think that's a great idea.
Well, I've sent it to them, but, they're too busy fucking up the Saints season.
I'm not buying some NFL gear because a coach is wearing it. Like, that's the fucking nerdiest person on the sideline. That's the least cool person.
Nerdiest person. You find the coach to be the nerdiest person on the sideline?
Just watching tape all day.
There was a, and you could go look it up. I think it's the Post has Wade Phillips. He's the defensive coach for the Rams. Is he the hippest 71-year-old in the world? And I'm like, you realize fucking Mick Jagger is in his 70s. You know what I mean? There's a lot fucking hipper people than Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips seems like he smells of blue cheese. All right, we're going to get into prop bets in just a little bit. But Gail, you have come up with something that I've heard people talk about before, and it's about time America takes a look at this.
I have an opinion that I believe that the day after the Super Bowl should be a national holiday. Agree or disagree?
I'm 100% on board. I don't like going to work the next day. I know my bosses are in here. That's a weird thing to say to them. But it just ruins the feeling of like staying out late, eating, drinking. Like the game ends at what, 11:30 here usually, post game and everything's done by?
About 10.
Yeah, and then of course you want to watch the greatest fucking contest or whatever. They
Of
have
course.
after,
Yeah.
singing from all over the world. But the thing is, have we ever had a holiday that wasn't tied in with our country? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, doesn't every holiday have to do with something great a person has done?
But I feel like it is America's sport. And I feel like maybe in other countries, their love of soccer, their love of football, as they call it.
They also don't have the love of capitalism that we have. Those are people who really don't care whether they get paid or not.
They get months off.
February used to have 2 holidays that they condensed. It used to be Washington's birthday, and right after that would be like Lincoln's birthday. And then they're like, let's do President's Day to honor all the presidents. And they fucking literally raped us in our assholes out of it. But I'm going to say, if I would okay this, if everyone would just be honest enough to call it Hangover Day. You know what I mean?
Why not? Because even if you're not drinking, I feel like there's still a hangover. It's like you were out late.
Right.
There was a lot of excitement,
Would
a lot
you-
of fat foods you've been eating.
There's no doubt. Would this be the compromise? We move the Super Bowl to Saturday. And then you take Sunday, and that's your I don't have to run day. And we start and call it Super Saturday.
Look, I have no problem with this idea.
Yeah.
I actually think that, this way everyone gets to make their money, I suppose.
Let me go over to Night Train. Night Train Wayne sitting in with us today. Great old Los Angeles Ram. He was a Ram, wasn't he?
I thought it was Nitro. I thought it was a cult for some reason.
You know what? I think that you might be right. Night Train was probably a 1950s player, and it was another one of those books that I read when I was a little kid. That, you know what I mean? I just idolized someone I never saw play. What do we got?
He was a Ram, a Cardinal, and a Lion.
Never a cult.
Never a cult. But it's one of the great foot sports names
it's
ever.
fucking fantastic. He has the same nickname as Bumwine. Now, Gail, are you familiar with the prop bets that go on? Because our own Chris Stanley bets these.
I know what prop bets are, although I don't know many of them. I know the coin toss is one of them,
Yes,
but
that's
I don't
one
know
of them.
what all the
You
prop
just
bets are.
said coin cost.
Did I?
Yep.
Did I really?
Yes. Also, like Gatorade, what color the Gatorade's going to be when they do the Gatorade on the coach.
You better be careful with that because they've switched it. They CGI'd it before. I think that was I think that happened when the Bucks won, and they were like they poured green Gatorade, and then later they went back and changed the color to
Make sure it was red or something so it looked like
no. Here's what it was. They fucking dumped water on them, and then they went back and changed it.
Got
So
it.
it looked like Gatorade. And by the way, I hate that they've stole somebody else's thing. That's the Giants do that. Okay.
Right.
You don't turn around and have your celebration there.
Yeah, that's pretty lame.
All of a sudden, the Giants start doing a tomahawk chop. It's insane.
I didn't realize that they did that and it was stolen. I just thought across the board that was everybody's.
Well, it is now, but the
Yeah.
Giants were the first ones to do it. It was always annoying. Why a man who just coached a fucking game
Right.
should be treated with such disrespect?
I wouldn't enjoy it.
Bunch of thieves in this league, Ron. Everyone's just stealing.
Why don't they change it to everybody hands them a cigar? There you go. Thank you for your great coaching.
Let's pass out cigarettes to everyone. Lit cigarettes.
Some baseball players did it to a reporter, and I just felt really bad for the reporter because, like, the camera's out right there and everything.
You're too fucking sensitive.
I felt bad for the guy.
Look, baseball players should be doing the shaving cream in a pie plate.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. I hate baseball players' celebration. All right, give us some of the prop bets.
All right. Will any player kneel during the national anthem?
0 chance.
Nope, not happening.
Yeah, no is paying out 1 to 5. Will Jim Nance or Tony Romo mention the Philly special during the broadcast.
100%. Yes.
That's paying out like 2-1.
They better.
That's a good bet.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen the love around anybody like it has been Romo. And I was watching the game, and I literally said, because he was calling a couple plays before that happened, and I literally said, Romo's having a good game. Because I've never been a huge fan. And I've always thought that he retired too early, and he's, I don't want to say pussy, but there's got to be something like that. But, and then everybody agreed. Everybody was saying the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, all season long, people have been happy with him. I think that Nance and Romo are probably the least offensive and annoying of the rest of the broadcast teams of the major networks. I mean, much better than fucking Collinsworth.
Just because you're better than Collinsworth doesn't mean that you're... It's like saying, what is the best shit sandwich? And you're like, this shit sandwich is pretty good. There's not much shit on it.
But across the board, everyone hates him, right? Collinsworth?
Yeah, he's...
Oh, yes, he's a terrible fucking person.
Because I despise, but...
Yes. You ever know that there was a thing with him that was... When he was playing, he said he's into high school girls because they're stupid.
Yeah, that's the worst. It's like so awkward.
At the time, it was the 80s. Nobody said a word.
Well, one of the props is how many plays will Tony Romo correctly predict before the snap?
That's too much.
The over-under,
come
the
on.
over-under 7.5. So I'm saying take the fucking under on that.
I'm going to take the under because if I wasn't him, I wouldn't even be trying it.
I know.
That's not his job to predict what's going to happen.
He couldn't do it when he was playing the game.
Oh.
Burn, Romo!
Yeah.
Fucking cowboy.
You're the fucking new roast master general.
You just got Stan Man.
All right, another prop. How many times will...
Chrissy Stanman.
Yes.
Lend me your burn. Bum, 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 bum.
How many times will Donald Trump tweet on Sunday? If the over-under is 9.5.
During the day or just the game?
From when Sunday starts to the end of Sunday, how many tweets? Now,
It's a tweety day for him, as it is.
He'll be interviewed like during the pregame.
By who?
I think I'll check. It's someone on CBS.
Romo?
But there will.
I hope it's Terry Bradshaw. Dude, I saw nothing worse than when Chris Christie was interviewed on Morning Joe. Chris Christie just wrote an insider's book about Trump. Fucking Morning Joe spent 12 minutes. I'm making up 12. I don't know how long it was. But talking about Springsteen on Broadway. And then he went into being a Red Sox fan.
Margaret Brennan will be from Face the Nation. Will be interviewing Trump on Sunday.
Face the Nation.
Face the Nation.
It's Face the Nation. She that might not be pleasant for him.
No.
You know what I mean? Like she might come in hot. I think it's a bad idea for him.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. That's why I'm saying take the over because he's going to be pissed and he'll be tweeting responses to the interview.
I'm just going to listen to you. I'm going to
Yeah, everything Chris has said sounds really sound
Chris
so far.
is fucking on today.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ, I know that now my prediction's totally wrong.
By the way, I went over and did the bonfire the other night. Just when I was leaving the building. Their producers are lumps.
Are they?
Just sit there.
We're moving, Ron. We're making bets.
Yes.
Look at
We're
this
fucking
guy.
running around.
You guys are involved in the show. Their producers are like, oh. They're just sitting while the guys are doing the show. They just sit there.
There's also a caveat to the Trump prop. Will there be typos? That's paying out 3-1 if there is a typo.
Oh, there's always typos.
Yeah,
So I'm
there
saying
will be typos.
Take the over, take the typo.
And a lot of it is just bad spelling that they're saying. Is a typo.
You're our Tony Romo.
Thank you. I'll take that, I think. The next prop. What will be the predominant color of Adam Levine's top at the start of the halftime show?
He wears a top.
I guess that's what they're calling
His
it. to be gender
blouse,
neutral.
his beautiful blouse.
By the way, they refuse to do the interview. They always do the interview with the band, and they ain't fucking doing it.
Really?
Because it's seen as an anti-black thing to do the Super Bowl, since a lot of people who were,
true.
pro.
I think they said the performance will speak for itself.
It won't. It never has.
So black is paying out 2 to 3 for the color of his shirt, and then any other color paying out 11 to 10.
What about white? Because he wears a lot of white T-shirts.
Then take any other color, Vito. That's what I would
Can I
say.
take white specifically?
No, you can't. It's any other color versus
not in
black.
there.
I'll take the put me down for the any other color.
Yeah, it's paying out
yeah.
11 to 10. You want that action.
He's wearing a white T-shirt. I'm guaranteeing it now.
Then bet any other color. Come in, man.
Okay.
I'm going with you on
I'm
this.
in with you guys.
Yeah, but if you're fucking wrong, Vito.
Wesley Snipes always says, always bet on black. Give me black as the predominant color.
Uh-oh,
of
Chris
the shirt.
goes black.
He demands that you call him Blade, and I'm jumping on with you.
That's
I'm
right.
done with fucking Vito.
Also, another prop. Will Adam Levine or Travis Scott end up shirtless at any point during the Super Bowl?
Wow.
I think
halftime
Travis
show?
Scott starts
Yeah.
shirtless.
I think they're not going to be allowed to go shirtless because of what happened with Janet Jackson. I mean, how many kids want to see male nipples?
Yeah.
I mean, why we're being disgusted by
I'd
nipples?
much prefer to see a female's
I
nipples.
agree. Particularly if it's some fucking tattoo monkey like Adam Levine. I just called him Avril Levine. Adam Levine.
That's his little sister.
Yeah. I'd rather see Voss fucking up there jumping around with his fucking blaze. Look. Come in and take a picture of her. We'd love to have it. Some professional shots.
How many Bud Light commercials will feature the Bud Night? The over-under is 1.5.
1.5. Go
Because
over.
because-
They've already announced there's going to be 2 Bud Light commercials during the Super Bowl.
But they don't put the night in every one of them. The night is kind of the new thing that they're.
Unless they
I-
do a 2-part commercial.
I consider him the great gazoo of this dilly dilly thing. All right, I'll take the over then, Chris. You pushed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm feeling a 2-part commercial. The first part sometime during the first.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
God.
got it. We're on your side.
Take the over
across the board.
1.5.
Because of the 2-part commercial?
Yes, because of the 2-part commercial.
You know what you're doing.
All right, this is the first time I've seen this prop in any of the Super Bowls where I paid attention to these
Okay,
things.
Carrot Top.
How many? How many times will the officials have to measure for a first down? How many times will they have to take out the chains?
Oh, I like
The
this.
over/under is 1.5.
Over.
Oh,
Go over.
I don't know.
I would go over too because that's a day that everybody wants to be seen.
Yeah.
I'm saying take the under because there ain't anything going too close in this Super Bowl.
How would you know? There's a lot of 9-yard passes.
Come on.
Why are you
Chris.
whispering it?
For my
This
seriousness.
is a broadcast, by the way. You know that, right?
You're like that Bobby Moynihan weekend update, Carrot.
Next prop. If a streaker happens during the game,
What? No.
Under.
who touches or tackles the streaker first? These are your options: security, player, coach, ref, or other. Others pay.
Do you
Coach is paying out the
this
most.
is the 53rd Super Bowl. There's never been a fucking streaker. Why didn't they just say somebody who runs out on the field?
Yeah.
That's why I think these odds aren't even paying out that much. Because if it's coach, it's plus 500. I mean, if a fucking streaker happens, you'd be getting paid out a lot more.
Yeah, but the coach? Like, why would the coach be the person who's just like,
Player's not going to
I mean, I feel Belichick might do it. He's pretty fucking intense, dude.
He's fucking 71 years
you
old.
expect Belichick to just run out there and gore this streaker?
Belichick doesn't fucking care. I don't think that first of all, a streaker you have to be naked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a guy running on the field is not a streaker.
It won't count,
And
no.
and there have been people who ran on the field before, but never tackled by a coach in the history of all sports.
That's why I'm saying take the ref at plus 300.
Refs don't tackle. Refs weigh 161 pounds.
They care about the game, though. They don't want it to be interrupted.
Do you know how much security they have at that game? It's a security guard. And this thing isn't going to pay off anyway.
Look, this seems all right. The next one seems like more of a gimmick prop than these other ones.
What?
Will Billy McFarland, the guy who ran Firefest, get caught selling fake football at Super Bowl?
He's in
tickets?
jail, isn't he?
You have to bet $10,000 to win 100 on if you bet no.
He's in jail.
He's in jail, but like if someone associated with him is selling fake Super Bowl
Oh, the
tickets.
NYC VIP list?
Yeah.
I heard the guys from Bleacher Report had some kind of a fake fucking thing.
Barstool Sports, those guys got kicked out.
Oh, man. So I just accused Bleacher.
They had like fake passes to get into the media day, and they were like asking like strange questions, and then they eventually got kicked out when people like asked who the fuck they were.
I do like funny, stupid questions, though.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Excuse me, Brady. What color's your underwear, you weirdo? How many? All right, so This is a good one because from last year's Super Bowl. Will Mark Wahlberg attend the Super Bowl and leave early? No is plus 1,000.
I don't think that family will ever leave early before again. And they left because his son was being pissy.
Yeah.
Because the team was losing, and Mark's like, let's get the fuck out of here. Then. Okay, we're Catholics.
So that's why
I'm sure that kid gets teased every day.
Oh yeah.
By that entire fucking Whataburger family that they have there.
That's why I'm saying take no at plus 1,000. That's easy fucking money.
Easy money.
This is the strangest one because of the whole. Have you heard about the SpongeBob thing that's going on with the Super Bowl?
Nothing about it.
All right, so the dude who created SpongeBob died late last year, and apparently there was a episode of SpongeBob SquarePants where he had like a fake cartoon Super Bowl and he performed some song there. So then after the creator died, all the people who were fans of his created a petition. They got a million signatures saying, "Please do perform this song at the Super Bowl." Okay. So now people think that it's going to happen at the Super Bowl.
Didn't Adam Levine reference it too?
And Adam Levine referenced it, yeah. So
was he going to do it, Adam Levine?
Yeah.
This is the
It'll
problem.
be the best song he has.
Will SpongeBob SquarePants inflatable or costume show up during halftime?
Give me a no.
No,
because there's money in that. That's a fucking logo for something, and you got to give like $1 million to get something out there.
And the final prop. If SpongeBob does show up, will he kneel in protest during the halftime show? To win $100, you have to bet $20,000.
I think they're just fucking around all the time with this thing.
Someone's going to bet on this.
Now, I'm going to ask this one to Night Train. Will Maroon 5 do a cover?
Oh.
I doubt it. I really don't think. I think they're just going to.
I think 100% they'll do a cover.
Everybody does a cover, right?
Yes, most people have some kind of a tribute in the middle of their Super Bowl.
And their catalog isn't strong enough. They need a cover in there.
I don't know any of their songs except for moves like Jagger.
Same thing.
There's like one that was like their first.
This love, harder to breathe. She will be loved which women
She
love.
will be loved.
Okay, I've heard of these songs.
Yeah.
All right.
You just don't like them, so you didn't bother to find out
I
who
just
did
thought
them.
they were just done by some generic fucking thing.
And they were.
Yeah.
It sounds like copyright-free music.
Fucking Chris Stanley's making this a super weekend. I'm coming to your girlfriend's Super Bowl party.
Come on in, Ron.
That fucking topless get-together her and her girlfriends are doing where they hit each other with pillows.
Sexy.
That is sexy.
But is there going to be any guys at the Super Bowl party?
I think there'll be some men, yes.
Boyfriends of the women?
Watching the Super Bowl.
Are you going to take a fucking selfie with the crowd and send it to me?
I can send it to you, but please don't post it anywhere.
Dude, you know me, man. I don't want to be trusted.
He's just going to put it on the Instagram and on Twitter.
No,
That's all.
don't do that. I can't send it.
And that way I'm also going to lock in the address, too.
No, don't dox us.
I'm a fucking modern guy. Cause I've had it in the air before. A little lust for life. Wait, Adam Levine will do Lust for Life.
Oh, good.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Fucking finally a song we could all like.
Yeah, I still don't think the way he does it, we're gonna like it.
Maybe he'll take his dick out.
Come on, Chris.
Travis Scott performed at the NBA Awards, and it was the worst performance I've ever seen in my life. So just get ready for a really fucking bad rap performance.
But first of all, let me just tell you this. I grew up in an age where it was up for people every halftime. Have you ever heard of Up with People? They used to be these young kind of Republican types during the Nixon era who wore white pants. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And they would be like, up and away, my beautiful. And I think they did like 7 or 8 fucking times. Because no one made a big deal out of the halftime show. You know what I mean? No one did. Right. I don't know how. I think it was the 80s before like we brought out a superstar to do the show.
Really?
Yeah. Chris, just look up who was the first big pop act to do. And I think by the time it really locked in hard was the 90s.
Right.
Wasn't there one that almost destroyed it in the beginning, like a McDonald's one or a Disney one or something like
that's
that?
what I'm telling you. These weren't rock acts.
Yeah.
These were like Disney would put on something, and Snow White would be fucking singing or whatever.
I mean, you just passed one that just said a salute to the big band era.
Up with people.
Up with people next to the Grambling State University. Everybody gets and that's 1980, and it was still fucking up with people.
There they are again.
Up with
82.
people in fucking 1982.
This is a drill team in '83.
But look at this 84. A salute to the silver screen.
They do a lot of tributes.
Look, Phyllis George was singing.
The Tops in Blue. Up with People again, brought back in '86.
87.
George Burns?
George Burns, Mickey Rooney, and Grambling State, USA. Keep going. Chubby Checker in 88.
The Rockettes.
Somebody called, it was just a salute to 1950s rock and roll with Elvis Presto. Keep going. The 90s, Pete Fountain was still doing that. Pete Fountain used to do a lot. He was a jazz trumpet player or fucking some other stupid thing.
Song called
Irma
Waiting for
Thomas?
the Robert E. Lee during the Super Bowl?
Yes, dude, we were waiting. We thought everything was going to come back. Walt Disney in 91.
New Kids.
Okay, new kids, performers, new kids on the block.
91.
And then Disney characters and Warren Moon.
What Disney characters came out?
Now, the thing is, New Kids on the Block had lots of hits.
Chinese food makes me sick.
And I get fly when the girls come by in the summer.
In the summer.
Michael Jackson fucking busted it in 93. And after that point, I think
They're
it was like,
hey, we were onto something here. Performers people like.
Oh, 94 was just all country. Clint Black and Travis Tritt.
yeah, but that's
Those were-
legitimate. Tanya Tucker.
The Judds.
Yeah, they were big acts.
Yeah, they were big acts. And then 95, Patti LaBelle, Indiana Jones.
What did he sing?
And Diana Ross in 96. So it really took to the 90s before people thought, oh, we got to hold everybody in.
In 97, they got the Blues Brothers.
What Blues Brothers? Blues Brothers ended and fucking.
No, it said in 97. Aykroyd, Goodman, and James Belushi.
I know. Who are the fucking Blues Brothers, though? Okay?
Joliet Jake.
Thank you. Thank you, Earl.
Just saying.
Your fucking racism ends today. Your reverse racism. Unless you want to end up in a fucking reverse toe hold.
You don't want that, Earl.
He's got Earl's toe.
Nothing but pain there.
Tap? Tell me what he taps.
I'm sorry for what I said about the Blues Brothers.
All right, well, I'm super stoked for this. Now, coming up, we're gonna have 50 comedians pick who they think will win the Super Bowl and the exact score, and they get bragging rights
Forever. That's the funniest people on the planet make the funniest predictions in the universe for football's biggest game of the year. That's today at 4 p.m.
I wonder if we should give them a prize.
You can get a prize for them.
Yeah, why
That
not?
would be nice.
Yeah. Maybe dinner for two.
Give them a Groupon.
We can give out a dinner for Jew with these comedians.
And also premiering this Saturday at 3 p.m. East on Deep Tracks Channel 27 is GPS Memphis in the 1960s and 70s.
Co-produced by our own Earl Douglas. Earl put together.
Great job, Earl.
Thank you.
Earl put together this scene because it's that Memphis scene of the 60s and 70s, which Earl just loves.
Some of the greatest music ever made.
Great rock stars in this. Just great performers. Otis Redding, when he did Monterey, is one of my favorite performances of all time.
20-minute set in a green suit, and he just turned that crowd completely inside out.
Yeah.
It is one of the most transcendent things you'll ever see.
Well, the weird thing, too, because it was so early in the 60s, a lot of those performers had never seen each other before. So this was the first kind of rock festival ever. And if you go back and watch it, they were so new at it, right? And this is The Who was playing like one of their first big gigs, Hendrix, and so they're in this big open field, but because they've never done anything like this, they put chairs out.
Yeah.
There's just chairs in the middle of the
They
field.
treated it like a day, like a Sunday afternoon in the park. You know?
Yeah, well, I don't. Who's going to sit down during that? But they had never done a big festival before.
My favorite reaction is there was a lot of the musicians are in the crowd.
Oh yeah,
and they cut to, I think during the Who set, and Mama Cass, she's just wide eyed. She was just like, "What am I watching?"
that was actually during Janis Joplin's, because the Mamas and Papas, being from LA, hadn't seen the San Francisco acts before, as close as they were.
That's so
to
cool.
each other, and no one at that point had ever even done a rock tour. I think you got to go to the Stones was like somebody coming to the States,
Right.
and like we're going to do a serious tour, not just showing up at weird places from time to time. We're bringing our own shit. We know what we're doing. And then by the 70s, that was like a professional thing. A rock, just a couple of years later,
Right.
like everybody's stopping by to see her. And so, like, we're like a hit, serious action. Wait till she's like 14, and I was like, oh, she was smoking. I really am looking forward to this to this game and just having some fun watching it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
The haters that take place, and Bobby Kelly put something up on his Instagram. Which is like he had collected a bunch of people watching different times that the Patriots had won the game and then yelling shit about the Patriots. And it's just fucking great. You just see these black Falcon fans losing their shit. They're so fucking furious. One guy screaming, "I can't cover my bet."
Oh my God.
Do you know how locked up they thought they had it, though?
Sure.
I mean, at halftime, you're doing bumps, you're having beers. Life is fucking beautiful.
They never scored again. That fucking game was ridiculous.
It was nuts.
On one play, on just fucking not running the ball versus throwing it. That was the one play that fucked over the Falcons.
Unbelievable.
It would have been totally over. The Patriots don't get the ball back, it's over. It's fucking terrible.
It's good for all of us. I mean, it turned out great. And all the people go, "Oh, who cares? These games are never..." But no, man, these games have been close for a long, long time.
Yeah.
A long, long time. I mean, you probably have to go back to the Bills. The Buffalo shitty Bills. All right, Christopher, why don't we go to break? We'll be right back. Super Bowl weekend. Bennington Show.
We'll be right back. Faction Talk 103, The Bennington Show.
A gift from Sherry's Berries is the perfect way to make a big impression this Valentine's Day. You can never go wrong with their signature dipped Valentine strawberries. I'm having some right now. It's dipped in milk, dark or white chocolatey goodness for any discerning palate.
She'll fall in love with every bite, topped with decadent toppings, chocolate chips, hearts, and glitter sprinkles. Always fresh, always tasty, always worth the wait. Perfect companion to a candlelit dinner, bouquet of flowers, or a night on the town.
Valentine's, made easy, arrives fresh with a 100% Sherry's Berries guarantee. Ships anywhere nationally. Give sweet somethings to your long-distance love. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Send her the Valentine's gift of her dreams at the price of your dreams, starting at just $19.99 plus shipping and handling.
Plus, order now and make this Valentine's really special by adding a dozen red roses for just $19.99 more. Shipped with your Sherry's Berries at no extra charge. Go to berries.com, click the microphone, and enter my code Bennington at checkout. That's berries, BERRIES.com. Click the microphone and enter our code Bennington. Order today. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Super Friday.
Feel so
Dude,
super about it.
2 short days away from Super Sunday. Very, very exciting. I hope and I pray that this is the greatest Super Bowl game since last year. Oh, and I hope the Saints fans shut the fuck up in 5 minutes.
Never.
We got it. We understand. Bad call. Beep, beep. Gail, you're coming over?
I am. I'm gonna come over to your place. I've invited myself over.
You gonna
And
get a sitter for the baby?
no, she'll be enjoying the Super Bowl with us.
I like it. Total silence.
Well, she's good at that. So she's very quiet.
I thought we'd take her out for a bar.
What do you think she'd like better?
Earl, what's your favorite way to watch the Super Bowl? Through a department store window? That's how he found out Kennedy died. A bunch of people just stopped and they were just looking.
By the way, just a quick note: is that something that happened or no? Did
I
people
don't know.
congregate that way?
I only in movies.
Yeah,
know what
I'm
I
just
mean?
curious. But a lot of news is people looking into a department store window.
You know, that's movies will get into your head and you think it happened. And I heard Fortunate Son the other day, and I said to somebody, we used to listen to this in Vietnam all the time. Earl, your favorite way to watch the Super Bowl?
At home in the living room, on the
With it.
couch with the parents.
Sitting in between them?
Used to be with my brother, because we're the only one. My brother and father and I were the only ones who got the Super Bowl. Everyone else was trying to figure out, like, what is this crazy thing going on?
Yeah,
They're not big sports fans as far as football went.
that's sad.
Yeah.
You don't enjoy the day. You know what I mean? Like, don't walk around on Christmas going, I don't know if I even believe in this. You know what I mean? Enjoy one fucking day. Now, Vito, I know that, then I already talked to your mom. You're going to do the 7 fishes? Hey, Vito! Hey, the Ramos are playing the Patriots.
Ramos.
I think the ref is on the arm. Vito, what's your favorite way to watch the Super Bowl?
I like to go to somebody else's house for a party.
It's interesting.
I like to go, not my home. Somebody else has a
Small
party.
TV?
We have a nice TV. Living room's not a great size. But I like the responsibility of, all right, game's over. I'll see you guys later. And I could just get out of here. I don't have to worry about people leaving my apartment. I don't have to worry about cleanup. I just get out and go home.
How about helping to clean up a little?
I'll take out a trash bag on my way out.
Also, I think when you go to someone else's house, like, you might be responsible for head dish, but you don't have to provide all food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, hey, I'm bringing some nachos.
That means I'm fucking dependent upon them to have good food and not little fucking hot dogs that are baked into a. Ugh, fuck. I went to a fucking friend's house and I didn't. You know what I mean? And he fucking literally had those little fucking pigs in the blanket.
Oh no.
And I go, where am I right now? Ross. It was at Ross's fucking house. Plus, he was fucking completely wearing he looked like he was going to work and had his top buttoned right up to his fucking throat.
That's not
I'm like, dude,
enjoyable.
I can't fucking settle in. Gail, have you ever been to a bar on Super Bowl Sunday?
I've never been to a bar. I've been to a bar for games, important games, particularly like Eagles games when they're not being played here.
Right.
We'll do it. It's not my favorite way to watch football, so I really don't think it would be my ideal.
Yeah, you're
Super
going to be
Bowl.
fucking sitting next to. One time I was at a bar with my parents because they were down in Florida visiting. This is even before I met your mom, and I almost got in a fight with fucking people next to us.
Really?
Yeah. And that guy that I almost got in a fucking fight to, I was telling him to shut the fuck up, right in front of my parents. He was like one of those guys who was like a fucking bell ringer at Christmas. What's that thing called?
Oh yeah.
Salvation Army.
He was in a Salvation Army fucking outfit. And I'm fucking yelling at him. I'll knock you the fuck out. My parents were like, well, this just went wrong. But you know, when you have money down, it's a fucking horrible thing. I don't like to be fucking taunted when I'm already losing.
Yeah, I don't enjoy that, and I hate. And I mean, I guess if you were going to a bar where everyone there was, you know, on board, maybe that would be a little bit easier.
Right,
But
it's
certainly
rare.
in this city, it's always like a bunch of, you know, everyone's from everywhere.
You're right.
Yeah.
Fucking Hooters is like the fucking Ellis Island, just the people rooting for different teams. All right, now Time to go. The guy we call Chrissy Stans, the modern day Nostradamus. What did you pick today?
I picked earlier this week Patriots over the Rams 31-17.
Let me tell you something. I want you to beat these 50 fucking comics that are coming up.
I
okay?
do too. Yeah. I want to.
You represent the
dominate them.
fucking show right now.
31-17, Pats. Everyone should know.
What's the over-under on that game?
Let me check.
Yeah, go ahead, check it up. He's connected to every sports book in the world.
This one's from Costa Rica, this sporting book. It's 56.5.
All right, so you would
Under.
take the 37?
31-17.
Oh, 31-17, so just under.
Yeah, just under, yeah.
Yeah. I want you and your brother to keep an eye on that, Earl. Earl, why don't you bring your brother in sometime?
He's kind of hard to track down.
But he'll show up for the Super Bowl.
Never shows up for the Super Bowl.
You just fucking told us that you watch with your brother and your dad and your mom.
Yeah, we used to.
But we're living in fucking modern times here, Earl. I mean, at one point,
it was a
you know what I
family
mean?
thing.
Everybody used to have outhouses. I didn't fucking bring that up. So who are you watching the Super Bowl with?
I usually watch it with my father, and my mom tries to follow along.
Yeah. Does your mom make food for everybody?
Yeah. She always makes food and just kind
I'm
of
not
like.
trying to be fucking rude here. I'm just
Yeah, she
asking.
makes food. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I don't know.
You
Maybe
say my
she
mom
orders
doesn't
out.
No, but she's great because she always tries to figure out. She knows nothing about football, and she was just like, she was like, why is he hitting him so hard? Or why are they doing this? And why are they? I'm like,
Yeah,
that's,
she's right. I'm always questioning that too. Chrissy Stans, where are you watching the game?
I'm watching it. My girlfriend's roommates are throwing a party, so I'll be watching it there. A large gathering of people who I think some of them don't understand football. It's just like a Super Bowl party.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
And get the fucking mass selfie. I got to see what this event looks like. Please, can I ask you for that? Now, when you do the Super Bowl party, do you do the foods from each place?
They're not. They think they're just getting a giant sandwich.
That's the worst supermarket sandwich.
Good old 3-footer, Rod.
Things are fucking disgusting.
My favorite Super Bowl I had, though, like in recent years, it was Broncos Seahawks, and it was like a friend of a friend. I had no plans for Super Bowl. Ended up going to some guy's party that was a dud. No one showed up, so it was like me and 3 other dudes who all liked football, and we just watched in silence, drinking beer, and it was actually very enjoyable
Sure.
because no one was saying like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Yeah, it's a game. Why wouldn't it be enjoyable? It's the Super Bowl.
It was great.
Even a bad Super Bowl is enjoyable, in my opinion.
Yeah, because
You
to
know?
me, it's a holiday more than
Yes,
anything.
it's a fucking national holiday. Now, I like to do the foods from each city, and I always do it, cereal. So, for New England Patriots, Tricks,
Okay.
and what I call Belichick's. So I'm going to do that, and then from LA, I'm just going to have a small salad that with the dressing on the side. We don't eat cereal here. Hopefully, Earl's brother shows up. Fucking CIA member that he is. All right, here's the next question. By the way, don't miss this chance to win a signed MVP football.
You can win a signed Nick Foles football if after the first interception during the Super Bowl, you tweet #Bonsai at Bennington Show. All the rules are on theinterrobang.com.
Now, we've been doing this how long?
8 years.
Now, I came up with this promotion because when I was a kid playing for the Chichester Crusaders, when we had an interception, the plan was to yell out Bonsai so the defense would know to turn around and start blocking.
Oh, okay.
So Bonsai would be the guy who intercepted it. About 4 years into it, I was thinking, oh, wait, it wasn't Bonsai. It was Geronimo. So this entire game is a sham. And since we were 11, we had 0 picks that year. Because when you're that small, most of the time you're just handing off.
Yeah. I mean,
You
a
know,
fumble recovery at best.
I wasn't in that fucking Texas league that was on fucking TV. But this year I'm going to be watching the game with Christy Cello and Mateo Lane, the 3 of us.
What? I thought I was going over your place.
No, they wanted to do some kind of Broadway sing-along thing. I thought it would be fun. You ever see how many all the plays that Christy Cello did when she was a kid?
Oh,
She was
yeah.
just like musical girl.
Yeah, she was in she was the starring role.
I
in
had
all
no
the
idea
musicals.
that she was the it girl at her
She
school.
really was.
Yeah. And that's the voice she ended up with after being a trained actor.
I don't know what you mean by that.
It's a fucking very unique voice. All right, coming up in just a little bit, we're doing the funniest people on the planet, make the funniest predictions, forget all that shit. It's coming up in just a little bit. 50 comics picking who they want to win. Some of them know no thing about the game, which is shocking. But everybody here is an expert. We could go on the NFL Network tomorrow.
Easily.
Okay? But I'm going to do this little game. We can all write it down. I'm still thinking of it. If you had to say this is the definitive football player of all time, this is the person. All right?
Okay.
This is it. Who's the NBA uses somebody as their logo?
Jerry West.
Jerry West, who's kind of forgotten, but was just, a great guard. And he is the, that kind of logo. Who would be the logo of the NFL? And I'm going to start with Gail Bennington because...
I know the least.
Yes. I think you've given it the least amount of thought.
Well, I feel like I probably gave it the most amount of thought, but I'll have the worst answer, if that
Okay.
makes sense. So my answer is strictly based on what I know of this person and superhero-like abilities, and I put Bo Jackson.
Ooh, Bo Jackson only played, 3-4 years in the league?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So that's a good answer then?
Yeah, I mean, it is. What could have been? You know what I mean? What could have been, but definitely wasn't. Chris Stanley.
Well, I wrote down one name. I just crossed it out. So I'm going with Mr. Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice is the definitive football player.
Well, the thing about him is he's not a nice person, so it'd be very difficult to have him represent the league. Bo Jackson played very short. Jerry Rice played too long. That's the problem with Jerry Rice. Much like Tom Brady is going to do. And one day we look over and say, Tom Brady can't throw a football.
Can't wait to see that.
It's soon. Don't worry, you're not going to wait soon. Vito keeps looking at his answer.
I put Tom Brady.
Hey, Vito! Why Tom Brady?
Well, I think he's got all these Super Bowl championships. I think he's still going to be in the league for another 5 years, probably.
Jesus.
Let's bet.
I'm going to bet right now.
Can't be 5.
5 years. 5 more years in the NFL.
That he'll be playing.
He'll be playing 5 years.
Let's say this. If you're wrong, you run down fucking Fifth Avenue naked in the middle of the day. Would you be willing to do that?
Deal.
Hey!
Look at he's got his little pichadillo out.
Tom Brady. Earl, what black person did you pick?
My black person was Jim Brown.
Jim Brown. He was my number 2 pick. Jim Brown was always, and he was they always made a big deal that he walked away early, but he played 9-10 seasons, right?
I think he played 8.
Only 8. Look it up.
I'm looking it up.
This kid's connected to every fucking thing.
He's quick, this one.
Yeah.
He played for 9 seasons.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Now who's black, girl? Me or you? It's you, Ron.
And by the way, I also picked a black person because there's no women in the NFL.
Well,
yet.
there's a ref now. There's a lady ref who everybody was glad wasn't the one who missed that call.
Yeah,
Where the
that's
C
very
word
lucky.
would be thrown away. Jim Brown was the first, I believe, football player to leave football to go into becoming a movie star.
Oh,
He was
really?
a legitimate movie star, yeah. Later, he threw a woman out of a window. One of the reasons why I couldn't do it. Earl, I went very similar to you. And actually, Jim Brown was the only other player. If I was going to go as short as Gail, I would have picked Gail Sayers, and that's who I named her after. But, and that's because of just how good he was to his roommate who had cancer. Brian Piccolo. Fuck, man. When Brian Piccolo got that cancer, I laid right on the fucking floor and started crying. I didn't know about him in real life, but during the movie, Brian's song, perhaps the greatest football movie ever made. Made for TV movie. And it still won an Oscar. That's how good it was. I picked somebody kind of from the same era. You picked the offensive player of that era. I picked a defensive player because when you really think about it, a quarterback, they don't hit. They don't. You know what I mean? They throw the ball. Someone's coming. Let's throw the ball away. Earl's guy, 5 people had to take him down on every set. The entire other team had to take him down. And I went for a man who could tackle him one-on-one, Mr. Dick Butkus. Dick Butkus, everybody. Earl, what number was he?
2.
No.
My pick was 2. Number 51.
Number 51. I knew you'd get it. Number 51 was the most famous fucking number.
Really?
For a long time, yeah. Guys like 20 years later would be wearing number 51 if they were a linebacker to say, I'm the fucking Dick Butkus of this team. Now a lot of people laughed at him because of his name.
And I can't blame them.
Yeah.
Initially, I thought Lawrence Taylor, but I thought the crack smoking would really not make him good to be the face of the NFL.
Always a problem when you pick, you have to go. Like I said, Earl's guy threw a fucking lady out a window.
Yeah.
Chucked her out the fucking window. But after that, she stopped fucking talking shit.
I nearly wrote down Johnny Unitas only because I really like his name. I hear it a lot, but I don't know anything about him.
He was a great quarterback. Baltimore Colts played in what's called the greatest game ever played against the Giants in 1959, which was when everybody went, uh-oh, baseball, you might be in trouble here. That's how many people were crazy about that game. But this is kind of not known. He was also the founder and the first CEO of Unitas Airlines. And, yeah.
Never heard that
Come
before.
fly with me. Come fly up in a plane. You ever see those commercials for Blade TV now? They only fly. It's like a private jet, and you just get it. It's like a baller flight down to Miami. And you see like 8 seats on it. I'm like, what does this cost? What fucking coke dealer is going to...
I met a girl on Tinder who worked for that company, and she was like, I'm a stewardess for a private airline. I'm like, what the fuck? People actually do this?
Do they really wear the little blue things that they wear in the commercials?
She didn't show me what her outfit looked like. I only saw her once.
The Blade, they've already announced they're doing their next commercial. They've got Blade coming on.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm going to try to stop everyone from biting people. By the way, I had heard before that he made people call him Blade. And he stayed in character.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Luckily, he was a day walker, so they could shoot during the day, okay?
I was going to say something that rhymed with that, but I'm fucking woke now. I'm so woke. Well, coming up, it's 50 Comics picking. And you look over this list, and I'm just going to say, if you're a gambler, don't take anybody's advice. I don't trust them. I don't trust them at all. I can't, I can only see the Patriots winning this.
Really?
I can't make a fucking picture of the Rams in my head winning this game. I'm going to come in here on Monday and just go, what the? How did I not see that?
Who knew Goff was so good?
Oh, he's fucking good. That kid can fucking play, but is he a Super Bowl winner? That's the fucking thing, because that changes everything. His entire life will change. Who do you think is the worst quarterback ever to win a Super Bowl? It's easy for me. It's fucking Trent Dilfer.
Dilfy?
Yeah, and that asshole spent years on CNN fucking talking about how everybody else sucked. And I used to see him because he was the Bucks quarterback. We were down in Florida, and he would end up with just a towel over his head in the fourth quarter, just fucking sitting there. He didn't want anybody to see him cry, I guess.
I'll say Peyton's second Super Bowl, he was truly fucking terrible.
Yeah, but he's not the worst quarterback. You know what I mean? He just and go back and look at his numbers. The first one he was fucking terrible there.
Yeah,
and that was in the rain. But I mean, he's a great quarterback. He's a Hall of Famer. But I'm talking about a guy. He wins the Super Bowl, and at best you would fucking call Dilfer a journeyman. Right. Now here's the interesting thing: there, he did not win the MVP, but he got to say, "I'm going to Disney World," because the MVP of that game had killed someone, Ray Lewis. And Disney's like, we don't want people hearing a murderer is going to Disney World. Don't be scared.
I'm going to Disney World, so watch out.
Bobo. Bobo. By the way, Ray Lewis would have been a perfect fucking name for the ultimate guy. I'm looking forward to this Super Bowl, and here's my prediction: best halftime show ever.
You think so?
Yeah. I got moves like Jagger. I got moves like Jagger. Literally, that's the only song I know. I've told this story a few times on the air, but I'm going to tell it again. One time, I'm walking home from work, and CBS used to be over where the Apple store is now, on Fifth Avenue. And fucking Maroon 5 was playing a live show as I walked by, and I never even turned my head around. Just kept walking.
It's not worth the next string.
Not even going to. It was like my own,
Right.
They do Drops of Jupiter? Is that a
No,
that's
come on.
Train.
That's
Train.
Train.
You know
You
that's
know it.
Train. And by the way, I would love they come out.
Train Super Bowl?
I'd be wiping fucking tears out of my eyes.
I know, because
That's
it's
about
about
his dead mom.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Chris?
I guess she's back in the atmosphere. You know what? They're fucking, weird songwriters, but that kid has a great fucking voice.
Oh, yeah.
Train.
Classic.
Mr.
Train.
Yeah. I think he also did Midnight Train to Georgia. Here's why I could never defend Train, and is that fucking Hey Soul Sister.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, so sister.
Hey, that
Well, that's with Mr. What? You
They always-
literally mentioned Mr. in your shitty fucking song?
Yeah, they always find a song to reference another band that they don't like or they love. Like they Drop to Jupiter is like the line is Van Halen is overrated.
You know, I never caught that sign that in there. Find it, Chris, instead of saying
Dude,
it.
I thought that they said heaven is overrated.
They do say heaven is
I
overrated.
thought Van Halen is overrated.
Why,
Oh,
you fucking
my
dummy?
God.
You dummy. Yes,
Sounds like
100%
Van Halen to
true.
me.
He's talking about his dead mom, who he got mad at because she wouldn't quit smoking after she got cancer. And he's like saying, okay, you're all the way, and I guess heaven is overrated. But you're saying Van Halen is overrated. You seriously.
I fucking love this moment so
I
much.
wish black people could blush.
I
blushing.
literally live for this shit. I fucking love misheard lyrics
It's
so
bad
much.
enough that he knows it, but just to fucking say they always do it in every song.
No, but they do. Well, they drop Mr. in there.
Yes, that's one fucking song.
I thought it was like a little pattern. I thought it was Van Halen.
So you only know two of their songs and tried to fit in where they put another fucking thing.
Oh, classic Train. That's what they always do.
And your spectrum was two opposites. It was they either really love it or they really hate it. That's too wide of a spectrum.
You know what? We catch him in the brother line, and now we can swing him back to this. You're supposed to be from the College of Musical Knowledge, all right? You're the professor. And our professor is a fucking nutty professor.
I got bad ears. What am I gonna do?
Van Halen is overrated. You fucking dope, bro.
Hell, it's overrated. I wish that's what he did say.
First of all,
And it is overrated.
why are you saying that? And by the way, who rates Van Halen high? It was like Rolling Stone's most hated fucking band.
I thought that was Kiss, but
Ooh. Jim Norton is not going to like that, Earl. Jim Norton is not going to enjoy that. All right, we got to jump back into these commercial breaks. We're all excited. Today's a Super Friday. This is going to be a super weekend into a Super Bowl. And our message, now as always, is that Van Halen is overrated. I can't believe I'm in a room that Vito's in, and you're the dumbest person here.
Vito, do you feel good about
Feels
that?
good, guys.
It's rare for you.
If Vito did it, I probably wouldn't even laugh at him. But the fact that Earl goes around selling himself as the professor of rock history, you know what? You should be out of the Black Rock Coalition.
I was never great with lyrics.
Oh, you
That's not a good thing to say if you're the music guy.
You
I'm good
know.
with songs and producer titles.
Lyrics
and
are
stuff
part
like
of
that.
songs.
But lyrics, I'm horrible.
They're a major part of songs.
You know what producer hates you right now? Ted Templeton. He gave Van Halen his entire life. Well, Chris started laughing, but he had no idea why. He's like, Earl, that was a real fucking letdown, my friend.
Is it?
What's your mom making? Do you know this weekend? What's she making? Just a basket of peaches? Come in, everybody. Basket of peaches for the Super Bowl.
She'll probably make she usually makes like Italian food or something for the Super Bowl.
You know she does it. I bet we could call his mom right now and she'd be like, Italian food?
No, she loves lasagna. She loves making lasagna. Loves lasagna.
Well, here's Earl's family. They fuck so much, Earl. So much. Now look at me now. Am I telling the truth? We know it's not lasagna. You fucking got lasagna confused with pancakes, probably. Van Halen is overrated. All right, come on, play the fucking thing, and then we'll all sing the Van Halen part. And Van Halen is overrated. That was the funniest fucking thing ever, Earl.
So good.
You're a gem.
I love it. It was so good.
You're like having a toddler in here.
Fucking love it.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing in the world.
Oh, yeah, mine too, man. I've done it so many fucking
It's so
times.
good.
I've done it so many times. Never as stupidly as Earl did. Just take a second, Earl. Take a fuck.
Listen to the rest of the lyrics.
For train.
The first time that you get a lyric wrong, you're pretty sure you have it, so you sing it that way forever until someone stops you.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, what are you saying?
Here comes the applesauce. Lots of applesauce. Let's break here. Right back. Super Friday. Win the bonsai ball. Go to the iBang to find out how you do it. It's a Bennington Show. Bennington Show. Getting ready for this Super Bowl weekend. I'm going to make sure I have a super weekend myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to treat myself super this weekend.
You know what? And don't just let it be Sunday. Have a super Saturday, too.
I have a super Saturday. I have a super Friday night. I throw a little party at my house. Just invite some of the VIPs over. Bonsai! The 8th annual Bennington Bonsai Contest happening this Super Bowl. 8th annual?
8th annual, yes, 8 year in a row.
8 year in a row. We dropped the plurals. Be the first person to tweet hashtag bonsai at Bennington Show on Twitter. You can win a ball signed by Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles. Big Dick Nick. Who knows where he'll be? Who knows where he's going?
I'm going to miss him. I know that much.
At least we had him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
We don't have tomorrow, but we had yesterday.
And yesterday was great.
And that's the theme from the Poseidon Adventure. We don't have tomorrow, but we had yesterday.
Is that because of boat song?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it was too tied in.
Oh, okay.
To be totally honest. There was nothing about a boat in that entire song.
I thought maybe it was like it's singing from the perspective of the boat.
Okay. You just hear a toot like a big fucking...
But that being said, last year, that was our year. Now it's someone else's year, and they're going to have a Super Sunday.
Yeah, finally New England gets to do it.
I've been worried about them.
Me too.
They don't get a lot of breaks.
A lot of people don't want to see them there. I'm glad they're there.
You
I'm
enjoy
fucking
it.
happy. Yeah. I enjoy the coach. I enjoy the excellence they bring, and I enjoy if they get beat. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
oh, you thought you were going to fucking win the Super Bowl? Fuck you. I'm not too tied up.
Well, I will say last year, the Eagles beating them, it felt extra special, I feel, because it felt like we were beating the best.
Like when you beat Apollo Creed, when Rocky beat Apollo Creed. Even when he went the distance, I was ready just to go to the distance.
I kept saying this is perfect. It's set up exactly like Rocky or Rocky 1.
Yeah. I told you guys earlier this week, but I think it was Friday night, 1:30 in the morning, the fucking Super Bowl comes on, last year's Super Bowl comes on the NFL network. I didn't watch it. So I bought everybody else DVDs and hats and all that shit. But I'm not, I'm watching this fucking Super. I'm excited. I'm fucking nervous. I forgot. I forgot we were fucking losing so late in the game.
Yep. That was crazy.
I forgot there was a 4th and 1 fucking play on our final drive that if we don't make it, the game's over.
Mm-hmm. It was insane. It was so fun.
Oh, I didn't have any fun at all. I had a fucking heart attack last year. I was screaming out, "This is where the wheels come off." I'm that guy. You know what I mean? I'm that guy. I like to be. I figure that way either I'm completely right or I'm happy and celebrating with everybody else.
So that being said, does that mean this Sunday you'll enjoy it more because you don't have a horse in the race?
Sure. I'll be able to fucking pay attention to the game.
Yeah.
And not scream out, "Why is this happening to me?"
I think it's fun to watch football just for the game. You're just like, I'm just going to enjoy this as a sport right now.
So many people are going to be on at the end of the show today. What do we call that, Chris?
It's the funniest people on the planet make the funniest predictions in the universe for football's biggest game of the year.
That's too long of a title.
Mm-hmm.
It's succinct, though.
But I look at some of these names. I have a feeling Ian Finance knows nothing. I also believe Joe DeRosa doesn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Once in a while, it always surprises me because you'll be hanging out with a comedian. He'll seem like a real guy's guy, and then he'll know nothing
anything.
about football.
And not interested either. It's very strange.
Was it because they work weekends, perhaps?
No, it's just because you find out more people don't know about football than you thought.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because we feel like, because a lot of people watch that game, and then you're able to go, wait, why would you just ask such a dumb question? Why would you ask, why don't they play both ways? You know what I mean?
Well, who coming up would you say is someone you would trust their Super Bowl prediction?
Oh, that's an interesting one.
You're like, okay, this person actually knows the sport.
I'm going over this entire list, and the name that pops out of me that I would trust is Tammy Pescatelli. Believe it or not, she
cares. She's a Browns fan, so she pays attention.
She
to
does
football.
know the game. She has a lot of things. Now, the guy that I didn't pick last year, Avery Pearson, he came the closest.
Right? Yeah, he came very close. Right? He was like a point off.
I think it was a point off. Yeah, from the actual score.
But you know who knows nothing? Zero about any sports. Matter of fact, he calls it sports. Anything that he sees on the thing. Cypher Sound.
Really?
Nothing.
Really?
But here's this. I was just with him last Friday or Saturday night, and we were all sitting around, and somebody brought up something about basketball, and he goes like this. They need to work on their defense. And then he'll go, you know who I like? And I'll go like this, and then the person will throw in the name. And then finally he's like, that's my thing. And I go, he goes, I just pretend I know about it. I go like this. It would take you 5 minutes to understand any game that we have. The whole point of a great game, a great sport or a great game is easy to learn, but very difficult to master as you go along. But most sport is fairly easy.
Score the goals.
Yeah. Win. Bum, bum, bum.
I would trust Gary Goldman since he played the game.
Yeah. First time he got hit in college, he said he quit. First day of practice, he was at Boston College.
Wow.
And fucking got tackled and just said, that really hurts. And I don't think I want to do it anymore.
That's a normal response.
I don't think that he follows, really. Big J, I think we can always count on.
Sure.
Dan Soder is obsessed with sports. Dan Perlman, I wouldn't trust at all.
Sam Morrill, that's the sports
Basketball guy. 100% basketball guy.
Not any football?
I
really?
don't know, but his basketball, like, if you talk football with him, it ends up in a basketball conversation. He really does. Robert Kelly just likes his pets. Yeah, I'm looking this over, and there's not too many people I feel like, I'm going to trust them. I'm going to trust them.
Jim Florentine.
Florentine is a real football guy. He's a Miami Dolphins guy, which, I hold it against anybody from Jersey who's a Miami Dolphins guy.
That's strange, but yeah.
Also, the fact that he raises his kid that way, which I didn't do with my children, but Gail is raising her child with the wrong team. But I don't believe in that. I believe you're local. That's why I've never adapted a fucking New York sports team. I
Yeah.
already have my teams.
You ride or die.
Yeah, but because it isn't up to you. You know what I mean? It's not up to you.
It's admirable because I know guys were born and raised in Brooklyn Cowboys fans, and they love it that they're Cowboys fans and they're not Giants. Or
There's a
Jets
lot
fans.
of fucking Brooklyn Cowboys fans. It's weird.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Cowboys fans wherever
In
you go.
general,
It's
yeah.
really weird. Keith Robinson said to me, and it was the first time I ever understood it. He said that star on the helmet was like a pedophile's candy for him. He said he just got into that. And I can get it because when I was a little kid, I was obsessed with helmets.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the one that I thought was the best fucking thing, and no one ever brings this up, is the Rams because it's like a spiral.
Yeah.
I always like that.
It's a cool look.
And then everybody loves the fucking Raiders.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
black and silver. I get that. When I was a kid on my street, Anthony Vrone's mom bought him a fucking Cleveland Browns jacket, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had to wear it because his mom said, you have to wear this.
It's your coat.
Yeah, that's his coat for the fucking winter. And he, of course, didn't like the Browns. And then everyone would be like this, you like the fucking Cleveland Browns? And he would say no.
It's horrible. Who would do that to a child?
Some moms just like, oh, he likes football, get him a football coat. It's probably fucking knockoff. Because, why is there a goddamn fucking Browns coat in that fucking vicinity?
I asked my mom to buy me a Raiders raincoat when I was younger, and I slept in it because I loved the Pirates so much on it.
Well, why aren't the Raiders still your team then?
I don't know. I just remember it was a short period of time that as a little kid, I just loved that pirate logo.
Well, everybody did.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's cool.
It's fucking fantastic, but no one likes Bucko Bruce.
I remember growing up, I guess because they were the new team, a lot of kids in my neighborhood loved the Seattle Seahawks logo. And I don't know why, because I thought that
Blue
then
and
and now
green.
it's
Yeah,
still
the blue
hideous.
and green is
like for
kind of
boys.
attractive. Yeah, I don't hate it, but to me, like, you can't come in that late in the league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't move over at the very last with the AFL, like, I can't fucking say fucking Houston Texans. Can't do it. Luckily, I got back to having the LA fucking Rams, which I've been calling the St. Louis Rams for 20 fucking years.
The Dolphins helmet is a little goofy. I always felt like it's just like,
too friendly.
yeah, it's like exactly. It's a little Disney looking.
It is, but they used to have the dolphin in the fucking end zone, which was pretty cool. Just bringing an actual animal like that, put a dolphin in a very small place.
Caging it for the game.
Look, I remember when I was a kid and seeing, because the old Miami thing had palm trees like in the end zone where you could see palm trees, and I was just like, how do you fucking get to a place like that? How do you fucking get to a place where it's warm and there's palm trees and oranges and coconuts? Just tell me.
95.
Yeah, that's why I ended up figuring it out. That's why I was down there in my teens.
Doesn't the Dolphins logo also have one where the Dolphin's wearing a helmet?
Yeah, there.
That's the
Like,
newer logo.
yeah, the
right
old
there.
one is the one I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Where it's wearing a helmet?
Chris got the.
Yeah, that one.
yeah.
That's the one
That's
that I
just
remember,
silly.
and it's just so goofy looking.
Dolphins don't need
He's
helmets.
just like a friendly dolphin with a
First
little
of all,
helmet
they're not
on
going to
it.
hit you with the top of their head. They're going to hit you with their snout. And that's like getting hit with a fucking jackhammer.
Oh yeah, break a rib easy.
That's the worst place to put a helmet in bolt. Like, just wouldn't you put it over the butt-looking thing?
The butt looking.
I don't
thing.
know what that's called.
The tail.
The fin.
No, the butt, like on the by the eyes.
The
Not
butt.
a butt.
As
by
the
the eyes.
looking, butt
That's
looking.
a fucking head.
But looking,
his
because it has
mouth.
cheeks looking.
You have never sounded more like a fucking dumb apartment New Yorker. Than when you don't know what animals are.
It's a face. You know?
The other day he asked me what this thing was. I'm going, it's grass. How do you fucking not know that? This is like Chris said that he never saw another bird besides a pigeon.
Yeah, he said
sparrow.
he never saw a colored bird. That's how he said it.
Hey, Earl, hey. Hey.
Hey.
I saw a turkey in my neighborhood once. People were going wild.
Yeah, they should have.
It was fucking
Should
nuts.
be a fucking
It was just
I
walking
saw-
around the Upper West Side.
A wild turkey is fucking huge. I
It's
saw one once
huge
and it was
and
like
slow and stupid.
terrifying.
Yeah. It looks like you could kick it and the whole thing would explode. Though. Yeah, but just the way they walk
came out
is
of the
all
woods.
fucking sinister.
I was upstate, it came out of the woods, and it honestly looked like a fucking dinosaur. It was so creepy looking.
You know what's weird is like there's fucking wild turkeys all over now. There didn't used to be when I was young.
Really?
Yeah, everywhere. Every fucking state you go to, you see fucking wild turkey somewhere.
There's wild turkeys all over Westchester. They're on the side of the road, just fucking walking down the fucking
You
road.
understand what I'm saying now? Look, fucking
Westchester.
Chris has back me up.
Carmel,
But
New York.
He went as far away as he's ever been, Westchester, New York.
20 minutes north.
I'm sure this fucking means something to people anywhere else in the fucking country. Hearing Westchester. Everybody in Pennsylvania just leaned in. You mean us? They gonna start talking about Bam Margera?
Not the best Chester.
No. Joe Mackey. I bet he knows fucking sports.
Oh, yeah.
Because he grew up in State College. Chris DiStefano, he's going to do well for himself. Joe List is, he's too connected with the fucking New England thing. And they always think it's a lock.
Yeah.
You never run into fucking Patriots fans who are even nervous about it. And even when they lost last year, you know what people said to me? Boston people? Oh, we'll win next year.
God damn it.
It's very frustrating for the rest.
Ari Shafir, I have a feeling, knows nothing about sports. This is a pretty fucking sad-looking group of players.
Now, do you think Casey Balsham will know, or do you think that was just lucky the year that she won the
She did with Highlander.
Highlander,
So
yeah.
I think she does have knowledge.
Yeah,
of
I'm
football
sure she does.
as a
yeah.
Highlander champion.
You know
Paul
what? I like
Morrissey.
to apologize for not even pointing that out. I think Shane Gillis is going to do okay for himself.
Yeah, he seems like he'll know what's up.
Jared Freedom, I feel like I'm prejudiced because of his podcast. But I don't think he stands a chance there. Norton, in on it, he's a big Dallas fan too. I don't know whether he follows it. It's Dallas Cowboys and Kiss. As far as his interests go.
It's all star related, I think. He's star child no matter what.
I feel good about Adam Farr's chances here too.
Lisa Traeger played football.
Where?
She was the only girl on an all-male team she's mentioned before.
You're thinking of that 80s movie. Very confused.
She's one of the guys.
Icebox?
Yeah. Yeah, she's Icebox.
He just called it one of the guys. You're not fucking familiar with the Little Giants?
I forgot. I mixed up with the Little Giants, but she's one of the guys.
There's no reason to.
I just thought about a girl playing a guys game.
Bam, bam, bam. Bert Kreischer. He'll know. I trust him. David Cross, I have a feeling no. Didn't just seem like he was a guy who's like, hey, everybody, you want to play football? Although I think Jonigan I trust. Tommy Jonigan.
Yeah, he'll know what's up.
Yeah. I think Morrissey will do very well for himself. Paul Morrissey.
I'm Paul Morrissey,
Not a
Doesn't sound
good
anything
no,
like that.
not a good impression.
another former Highlander winner.
How come we haven't seen him in a while? What's the fucking story?
I don't think he's been on the East Coast.
Oh, I know he has been. He's just giving you the what.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So if you tweet hashtag bonsai before the first interception, you are disqualified. But we will have a backup ball, which I think a second ball
Mm-hmm.
that is a bigger star, obviously, than the first ball. that we're giving out.
Interesting.
It's Hall of Famer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Recent.
Don't give too much away, Vito.
Why? Why do we not want to promote a fucking Hall of Fame ball that we have? And I asked that question, and I was told, well, we never have in the past. I go, that doesn't make it right. All we've made is mistakes with our fucking career.
I guess segregation would be fine for you.
Matter of fact, it is a black Hall of Famer.
Interesting.
Or as
More
Chris
clues.
called it, colored.
Oh,
No, I never
Chris.
said that. I was about birds.
A blackbird, you were talking about. You call the colored bird. Or I'll just say this, Wakanda.
Wakanda forever.
Did you feel bad that Africa had to make up a culture?
They had to do the right thing. The writers of Black Panther had to get rid of a lot of stereotypes about a very rich continent.
Yeah, rich for white people to come in and rape. But there never was...
the resources were always there.
Yeah, the resources were there for white people to figure out how to get it out of the ground.
No,
That's what bothers me about that movie.
No, there was a very independent nation that was thriving, doing very well.
But that was pretend. That's what I'm saying to you. This would be like me writing a movie about London and acting like there were elephants and fucking gorillas there. Like, no one knows this, but there's a lot of wild elephants and wild gorillas here. I found it to be, seriously, I found that to be distasteful. I couldn't stay with that movie. And then when the SAG Awards said they were the best actors, I'm like, what? Did you hear how stiff that sounded? When are the Oscars, Chris?
That is February 22nd.
All right, we're going to call all the same people back. From this football
And they need to do each pick down to animated short.
Special effects?
It's February 24th, excuse me.
By the way, I think Monroe Martin might do well for himself. Nate Bargatze, I feel good about.
Yeah.
D. Gaines, I don't know.
Not sure.
Yeah. My favorite thing, like Monroe and that whole Philly fucking crew, the 6'0" fucking crew, they were all Philly street kids.
Mm-hmm.
And Monroe came in from Jersey, and he was, as he put it, but not as crudely as he puts it, cul-de-sac black guy. And then when he brought those guys over to see his house, there was a bunny running across his yard. And they were always, they would tell me like they were laughing because every open mic they would see him, he would have new sneakers. I still think he goes out of his way. Well, this is going to be fun. Do we give something to the person who comes the close, or it's just...
We've not in the past.
Okay. Oh, I know. We don't change, Chris. We're the same every fucking year. Slow and steady. Downhill.
Chris, again, with the segregation.
I know. He fucking segregates.
It's 2019.
All right, so that's coming up in just
Right.
a little bit. The funniest people on the planet make the funniest predictions in the universe for football's biggest game of the year. Boy, that's annoying. 50 comedians telling us who they think is going to win Super Bowl 53. And then we play that throughout the weekend, Chris?
Yeah, throughout the weekend on Faction Talk and Raw Dog.
Ooh. I like how he just called it fashion talk. You know who I think wears great pants?
It's in this season.
What's in, what's out?
1 minute you're in, the next you're out.
Actually, football, the uniforms have gotten fashion forward over the years. Most of it pretty disgusting looking. Like the helmets have changed so much, which I guess is good for their noggins. But this thing where it's just like one solid color.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
That's the, like,
Chromatic?
I hate it.
Now, by the way, do you consider the white or color jersey to be home or away?
I feel like home should be colored.
Earl?
I always thought white represented the road team.
Right. But now you take Dallas, they only want to wear white. Miami normally only wants to wear white.
Yeah. I was considered white to be the home team and the colored to be on the road.
Now, I'm going to tell you the truth here, because no one's ever brought this up before. I believe that's flipped over my lifetime. I feel like when I was a little kid, white was the home team, and then you wear your colors on the road. But that has, I think, flipped over the years.
Some teams still do it. It's weird. Like some teams choose to have the whites at home.
We need uniform.
Now, how
Baker.
do the fucking fans know? Though?
I hate it, and it's over every sport. Like the Knicks wear white jerseys at home and blue jerseys on the road, but you think about blue and orange, you don't think about white and orange.
Yeah, but their jersey with their pants looks fucking terrible. Like their blue and orange is fucking horrific. It's a clown show. And white and black always look great.
Yeah.
Like the Nets, I don't care what anyone says. They fucking came into Brooklyn, had the best fucking logo, the best fucking unis.
Yeah.
Even their specialty jersey this year is even one of the coolest. They did a Biggie Coogee sweater thing along the side.
I like the sounds of this.
Yeah.
I just can't stand the fact that they didn't fucking make that team work. You know what I mean?
It's very frustrating.
I feel like I could have fucking GM'd that team and turned it into a fucking cool fucking place. You know, it'd have fucking hip hop. It would be the fucking hip hop capital of the world. You know?
They keep trying to compete with the Knicks, and I'm like, the Knicks are the Knicks. You should be like the neighborhood team.
You shouldn't even fucking think about the Knicks.
Yes, take it completely off the table. And you know what? We're going to be the neighborhood team. Our tickets are going to be cheap. We're going to have a lot of
tickets.
I can't remember.
Chickens are going to be
Chiclets are pretty cheap.
They are.
I mean, if you're
They're hard to
interested.
find, though.
Cheap tickets, great time, and the team is actually doing very well. I think if the season ended today, they would make the playoffs.
I'm probably going to go last home Nets game of the season this year is Dwayne Wade's last regular season game. So that's like a.
Who would care about that?
I'm
going
pretty
to be
excited.
totally honest.
He's been talking about this a lot.
I don't give a fuck. Just fucking enjoy the game. You want a specialty game. And you only go to Mets specialty games?
No, I go to a lot of Mets games. I go to at least 20 games a year.
Yeah, every one of them is on a fucking Sunday where you get something free.
Yeah.
That's a fucking specialty game to me.
Bring a 12 and under kid. Get the free shoelaces.
You bring a 12 and under kid and he doesn't come back. You're fucking specialty Veets. That's your
Specialty beats.
Anyone who collects bobbleheads is a fucking bobblehead themselves. That's all I'm saying.
What about those Funkos?
No, that shit's ridiculous. As a bobblehead collector, I look down on Funko collectors.
Really?
I don't even know what it is.
Dude, people are obsessed with these like Funko figures. Am I saying it right?
Yeah,
Funko?
Funko Pop.
Funko Pop. These guys.
Type, like,
Oh, that's
action
disgusting.
They
figures.
release them for every single.
Like movie,
Yeah.
bands,
I mean, that's
everything.
what my Conan one is, but that's where I draw the line. I draw the line at my Conan Funko Pop. I would never buy
wouldn't
another
get it?
one.
Despite all your Conan love?
No, the one you guys gave me is a Funko Pop.
Oh, it is? It's
Yeah.
not a fucking bobble?
No, it's a Funko Pop.
I'm sorry, buddy.
No, I love
I had
it.
no idea. All right, we're ready to jump in. And do we break first, Christopher?
We're going to break first. Before the funniest people on the planet make the funniest predictions in the universe for football's biggest game of the year.
Right back. It's going to be exciting. Bennington.
Every year, the funniest comedians try to predict the Super Bowl outcome.
I think the winner of the Super Bowl is going to be the Atlanta Falcons.
Some come close.
I definitely think it's going to be the Broncos, 23-10.
Some have no idea.
So I think for the Super Bowl, who's going to win is probably Janet Jackson.
This year, 50 comedians will try to predict the future.
Donald Trump will sign an executive order to get his old team, the New Jersey Generals, in the Super Bowl.
The Bennington Show and the iBang present the funniest people on the planet make the funniest predictions in the universe for football's biggest game of the year.
It's going to be the game of the century.
And now, here's your host, Ron Bennington.
Yeah, it is the time for the big game, and why not get the funniest people on the planet to talk about this? We've got 53 different comedians giving their opinions, as well as seeing who is the modern day Nostradamus, who's the person who can pick out who is going to win this weekend. Let's get it started with a guy who, I guess he's America's favorite game show host right now. You can play HQ Trivia at 3 and 9 p.m. daily. This is Lag Daddy, Scott Rogowski.
The Rams are going to win because I want them to win by a lot, to punish those bastards who call themselves patriots. They're not real Americans. Wait, I think most of them are, actually. I think the score is going to be 36-21. But still, Rams! Go Rams!
Scott Rogowski showing what a lot of people are thinking out there. Why the Patriots? Why again? Haven't they had enough? But there's a reason they've been the team of the decade, the last 2 decades. Let's go now with a person who's won our Highlander game. She's pretty damn amazing, as well as being a hilarious person. This is Casey Balsham.
So I think as much as we all want the Patriots to lose, they're going to win, and they're going to win by a lot. I think that the Patriots are at least going to score in the 40s. I know that's a lot, but Tom Brady is a robot, and fact of the matter is that they probably won't lose. Sorry, everyone. Final score, 44-14. I don't even know if that's the right math for football.
Anything can be the right math for football, except for 1-0. They're a hot couple. They're hot in comedy, and they're also hot in predicting football games, because Robbie Slovic has also won the Highlander contest. This is Robbie Slovic and his pick for Super Bowl weekend.
I feel like it's the same damn call every year at this point, because it's always the Patriots. And as much as I hate them, I always think they're going to win because they've played in more Super Bowls than most NFL players have played in regular games. They've been there before. So I think it's going to be them. And also LA Rams sounds like a lame rock band to me. I'm not into it. So I'm going to say Patriots by 35-28.
LA Rams, a awful rock band or a great West Coast football team? I just heard this the other day when he brought up about they've been there more. I now found out they've been there more than any other franchise. It just got mentioned the other day. So more than the Steelers and their whole 50 years of playing towards the Super Bowl, more than any other team in history, more than the Cowboys. And they've really only done it in the last 17 years to catch up with this 50-year run of a lot of the other big franchises. So Patriots lighting things on fire. Here's a guy that I think is one of the hottest comics in America right now, and one of the most likable. He's at Seton Smith on Twitter, but he's always in your heart, Seton Smith.
I don't know if this is actually true or not, but I think it's going to be Raiders win, 35-36. No, not Raiders. My bad, Rams. My bad. Rams are going to beat the Patriots by 1 point, just because I want to see Tom Brady end his career, kind of how he started it. I want to somehow, and then 3 weeks later, they find out that the Rams somehow cheated and beat the Patriots that way. That's kind of the perfect story in my head.
People are sure that the Patriots are cheaters, and I don't know why they hold on to it so tightly. That's Seton Smith. I said that he's hilarious, but would you take his advice knowing that he brought up the Raiders, probably the worst team last year? I don't know, Seton. Let's go into a guy who, well, he's one of those New England guys. He's a Boston guy, and he's also one of the funniest people that we've got today. You can hear him every Tuesday with Tuesdays with Stories. That's available on iTunes. Joe List, you're on our list.
New England Patriots fan, Joe List. Once again, the Patriots are in there. They are going to win this year. They're going to win by a score of 34 points to 28 points. I'm hoping for a blowout. It won't be a blowout. 34-28. Patriots win again. I'm in love with you.
It's always surprising to me that the Patriots fans who feel like they always win forgot last year. They just lost. They're not even like, oh man, we got to get in there and make up for last year. No, they still have that Patriots confidence. Here's a guy who is Joe List's partner on Tuesdays with Stories. The very, very funny and quite attractive Mark Norman.
Hey, still mad about the Saints? Come on! We needed that. The whole city's in shambles. But Patriots or Rams? I want the Rams to win, but I think the Pats will take it. Then Brady will probably kill himself. It'll be 38-21.
Thank God we had a Saints fan to whine through this. You don't get that often. Everybody has gotten a bad call before. It's terrible, but why are you trying to change the games? You sissy crybabies. Nate Bargatze, one of the funniest people on the planet. Check him out on Twitter and Instagram at Nate Bargatze.
Hey, what's up? Nate Bargatze. I think for the Super Bowl, I think the Patriots will win, and I think the score will be 28-21. I hope it's a good game. I love a dynasty. I love greatness. You're watching something pretty crazy. And then I think sometimes, listen to LA win it just immediately when they get the team back would be a nightmare. So, yep, that's what I got, Patriots.
Nate Bargatze sounds like an SEC coach, just slowly, methodically laying it out there. Gary Goldman, maybe the best athlete in this whole grouping that we have right now, and is trying to give everybody writing tips online. Seems to be incredibly popular. Follow him at Twitter and Instagram at Gary Goldman, GaryGoldman.com for all dates.
I'm picking the New England Patriots to win 36-28. I think they're going to win because what I've noticed this season is that it's almost as if somehow, and I don't know how, they've figured out how to turn it on in the postseason. And it might be because of the repetitions, but I don't want to assert that because I don't have that much backing that up. But the Patriots will win 36-28, and that is my prediction.
I know Gary Goldman. I feel like I'm friends with Gary Goldman. That did not sound like Gary Goldman to me. I don't know whether he was calling from space or he's hired a guy to talk for him. I'm very, very concerned, and I will be alerting the authorities. That did not sound like Gary Goldman. Here's a guy who's going around the country, going to theater after theater in his own tour bus. Our friend Bert Kreischer has made it. He has made it. And go check out BertBertBert.com for tour dates and information. He's just everybody's favorite, and he lives in LA, so maybe we're going to get a Rams vote here. Bert Kreischer.
My prediction for the Super Bowl is that the Los Angeles Rams are going to beat the New England Patriots, although part of me wants Tom Brady to win because I feel like when Tom Brady wins, me as a white guy wins somehow. But I have a feeling that the Rams are going to beat the Patriots 44-43. It's going to be the game of the century.
Yes, it's going to be the game of the century. There is one happy man. Now, here's a guy that I'm willing to bet knows nothing about football. He's an inner city lad. And he seems like he hangs around with a lot of girls. But you can check him out on Twitter and Instagram at Dan J. Perlman.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Patriots. Every year I pick the Patriots because I hate them, and I always bet on the thing I least want to happen just to sort of cushion disappointment. Tom Brady's great. He's got a great, perfect life, and it's just I've just had enough of it. I always root against him. It's always close with them. It's always like one possession. So but they always win. I don't know, Patriots will be like 37, 31, and then Patriots next year, and then the next 12 years. And I hope I'm wrong. I always hope I'm wrong. I root for 31 other teams every year, and it's just always them.
You know, just listening to him, I feel like I watched the film Goodbye Columbus. Rich Voss is here, and of course, Rich, well, technically he shouldn't even be betting at all with his problems, but I will be with Rich Voss, Bobby Kelly, and Jim Florentine Friday, March 8th at the Keswick Theater in Keswick, Pennsylvania. But this is Rich Voss.
I am going to go with the Rams, and I'll let you know why. I played on the Rams in Little League, Sports League. That's what they called it. And I was on the Rams. Mr. Gaddy was our coach. His son Tony played on the team. And we were a pretty good team, although I played center. And when you play center on a team, it's pretty much, hey, where can we put him? So I played in Sports League on the Rams, I think, for 2 years, but then I went to Pop Warner. And guess what? I played center there, too. Anyhow, I was a good ball player. So I went back to what do you call it, the other league, and I was drafted by the Bears, where I played halfback, but our team stunk. Anyhow, so I was a Rams fan throughout my life, or throughout up to probably 9th grade, and then I started getting high, and I quit watching football. But now that the Rams moved back to L.A., when they went to St. Louis, I just disregarded them. But now they're back in L.A., I'm a big Rams fan. So I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be low scoring. So I'm going to go Rams 3, Patriots 0. That's my prediction. 3-0. It's going to be a lowest scoring Super Bowl in history. Now, if you're smart out there, knowing I took the Rams, you take the opposite, because I am the worst when it comes to picking games. So that's my prediction, 3-0, and there you have it. Thank you. Rich Voss, richvoss.com.
The man that we call the Jim Otto of comedy picks the lowest scoring game in the history of the Super Bowl, 3-0. That stuff about him being a center was really exciting stuff. And the first center to move to halfback. It's never happened before at any level, in any sport. Pete Lee is a guy who grew up in Wisconsin, is a Packers fan, and yet when I go on Instagram, I see him wearing a bunch of Rams stuff all the time. Yes, I know that you just recently moved to LA, and the Rams recently moved to LA, but what you're doing is wrong, Pete. What you're doing has no moral center. Here's Pete Lee.
In this year's Super Bowl, I predict that it will be the Rams defeating the New England Patriots by a score of 42-28. The reason why I think that the Los Angeles Rams are going to win is because I lived in Wisconsin when the Packers won the Super Bowl twice. I lived in New York City when the Giants won the Super Bowl twice. And now I'm living in Los Angeles, and they are going to win the Super Bowl while I live there. So if there are any Cleveland Browns fans listening, I will move to your city so that they win next year. That's all I'm saying.
The 8th annual Bennington Bonsai Contest is happening this Super Bowl Sunday. Be the first person to tweet hashtag Bonsai, BANZAI, at Bennington Show on Twitter, and you can win a ball signed by last year's Super Bowl MVP, Nick Foles. If you tweet Bonsai before the first interception, you are disqualified. For all the rules, go to theinterrobang.com. Well, now let's get to the part of the show that always makes us smile, always makes us happy. It's the guys from the bonfire. Crackle, crackle. Here's Dan Soder.
You know, I'm a 49ers fan, so I hate the Rams. And the Patriots have been in like every Super Bowl for the past 15 years. You can't ever cheer for a rival. So I got to go Patriots 34-28. That's it. Niners win every Super Bowl for the rest of history.
Dan Soder really sees them as his rival, as if he is part of the Niners organization. God bless him for that. He lives and dies with a team that really doesn't deserve his loyalty. His buddy on the Bonfire, and that airs weeknights at 6 p.m. on SiriusXM Comedy Central, Channel 95. Big J. Algerson.
My Super Bowl prediction is that the Patriots win by a lot. And I'm saying that because I want the Eagles to have been the only team to come in with a crazy upset. Oh, did that happen twice already, Giants? No one cares. I think the final score, 37-15.
37-15. By the way, right now, so far, 10 people have picked the Patriots, only 5 the Rams. And let's be honest about this. As I look at this, some of these numbers pop in that couldn't possibly be right. But here's a guy from Philly. And you can check him out at MonroeMartinComedy.com for dates and information. It's my buddy, Monroe Martin.
Yo, I think the final score is going to be 23-41. And not even because I like either team, just because I know Tom Brady got something to prove, because that's how much he got beat. The Eagles beat him at 41. So he's going to destroy the Rams and make sure that they win. And the last score is like 41. Whatever the fuck the Rams get, but it's going to be 41. And I hate that I'm even predicting that the Patriots win.
Monroe Martin actually being the first person to curse during this 1 hour special. D Gaines is up next. You want to have fun on Instagram, follow him at the great boy, my buddy, Derek Gaines.
I think the winning team of the Super Bowl is going to be the Rams, 37-18. I know that's a weird score, but I think because the Rams are the underdogs, and I love when the Pats lose. So therefore, that's what it is. It's a David and Goliath thing. Once again, my Eagles did it last year, but now it's the Rams' turn. So, yeah, keep killing the Pats. 37-18, Rams. Thank you.
Some people absolutely hate the Patriots so much that they're blinded. And there's rage where you think there would only be entertainment. I think it makes the game fun, though. Here's a guy who I could see him picking the Patriots. I don't know, but I feel like if he doesn't, the person that he opens for around the country, Bill Burr, may fire him from the tour. It's our buddy. He just had a great Comedy Central special. It's Paul Verzi.
The New England Patriots will win the Super Bowl 34-23. The reason I say that is they're going to do exactly what they did against the Chargers and the Chiefs. They're going to control the clock, run the ball with Sony Michel. And, I just got to take that coach and that quarterback, Edelman, Gronkowski, and, you're going against a first-year coach, first-year quarterback in that game. So I got to go with the Patriots 34-23.
This is not only the first time that a quarterback was this much older than the opposing quarterback, but his ninth Super Bowl versus the first. And I checked in on it, and they said experience in the Super Bowl does not matter. It matters zero. All this time we always bring up, but if you go back and check the records, zero. Bill Burr presents Paul Verzi. I'll say this is streaming now on cc.com. Let's jump into a guy that I know loves basketball. Let's see how he feels about football. You can listen to him on Keepin' Joe. That's available on iTunes. Sam Morrell.
All right, this is Sam Morrell. Here's my take on the Super Bowl. My take is I don't care because I'm going to root for an LA team that's been there for 2 years. Wow, they've really suffered there. Tough times for the Los Angeles Rams fan. Screw you, LA, except I'm coming there in like a week, so come to the shows. But, the Patriots are going to win. Come on. Do you know Brady's going to get that 6th Super Bowl? Ugh, it makes me angry just saying it, Brady. And there's no reason to hate him, but I really don't like him. I really don't care if... he seems like a nice guy. I don't know. I'm trailing off here. Look, the Patriots are going to win 34-27. I'm just going against what Joe Mackey said. I don't want him to win, but I know I'm going to be watching at the Cellar. Jared Freed and Bobby Kelly and all these annoying Patriot fans are going to walk in right as they start crushing it. I'm going to be there for the free food, and there we go, So go Giants. Eli's going to come back next year. He's going to get a 3rd from Brady in the Super Bowl, and Saquon Barkley's legs are incredible. Look at those legs.
Here's a guy who actually grew up at State College, Pennsylvania, the home of the Nittany Lions. And we know who he picked because Sam Morrell just gave it away. It's Sam's partner on Keeping Joe Mackey.
Rams 34, Patriots 27. I'll tell you what, New England's not going to be able to know the Rams plays this time, so it's going to be a lot different than a few years back. And Goff and Gurley are going to send Tom Brady back home to his supermodel wife without a Super Bowl ring.
Joe, it's supermodel, not super bottle. That's a whole different thing. All the comedians are picking who they think is going to win the Super Bowl right now. It's at, I believe, 12-7 for the Patriots. But remember, there's the Bonsai contest. That's for your chance to win it's a pretty damn fantastic prize, isn't it? It's a football signed by last year's MVP, Nick Foles. Here's what you got to do. Be the first person to tweet #Bonsai at the Bennington Show on Twitter, and you can win a ball signed by Nick Foles. If you tweet #Bonsai before the first interception, you are disqualified. We had to do that, and this is the 8th one, but we had to do it because some people would just send and tweet Bonsai the second the ball was in the air. No. Negatory, not gonna. Tommy Johnigan is one of our favorite people in the world. Also lives in Los Angeles, California. Will he back his new home team?
I think the win goes to New England. I think we're going to go 31-28. St. Louis is going to make a late run, but I don't think their defense is going to be able to get to Tom Brady. I also, bonus points, Ndamukong Suh will be ejected.
Interesting. Bonus points pop into this. Hey, here's a guy who I wonder if he knows a single thing about football. Anytime somebody's Instagram is Shalom Shuli, I wonder if they grew up with the game. It's our good buddy. You can hear him all the time on Howard Stern show, and he's a great comedian. He's got a new album coming out where he does the album once sober, the second time drunk as hell. Should be interesting. It's Shuli.
First of all, I'd like to make this statement on football. I don't watch a lot of it because I don't support sports where real men supposedly beat their wives, okay? And in all fairness, I don't want to just throw a blanket statement out there. Not all NFL players beat their wives. Some of them kill them as well. Google Ray Caruth. That being said, my pick is the Patriots because obviously they're cheating motherfuckers, and they have been, and they always will be. And so they're going to win. And the score, what the fuck does it matter? It's whatever the refs want it to be. It's all a scam. You people are being scammed. Open your eyes and watch real football. Soccer. That's right. No, I'm not saying that with a dick in my mouth. I am straight, and I'm a soccer fan, and that is a true sport. Those guys don't beat their wives. They fuck other players' wives. That's a real man. Watch wrestling, too. Later.
Shuli comes in hot, and he just laid a smackdown down on everybody. Amy Miller is a person who does enjoy football, and I can't seem to get on her podcast, Who's Your God, because, quite frankly, there's nothing more I like to talk about than religion and spirituality, but it bums out most people. So why can't I get on this podcast? I feel like I'm ready for it. It's Amy Miller.
Okay, well, I have to go with the Rams because I live in L.A. It's a big year for us, and Rams a good animal. I live in LA, so I have to care about astrology and shit. Ram is like an Aries, you know, stubborn, powerful. My sister's an Aries. She's a bitch, but I love her. You know, I gotta go Rams. Also, fuck the Patriots. It's so boring. It's boring that they're doing it again. So I'm going Rams 38 to 35.
Quite a bit of astrology popped into that prediction, and that does tell the future. So this one makes me a little nervous. I think Amy Miller might be right, and she's right. Rams are a good animal. I don't know anyone who doesn't like a ram. Lenny Clark is a legendary comic out of Boston and a friend of Rob Gronkowski. Gee, I wonder who Lenny's going to pick. Lenny Clark. It's Lenny Clark on Twitter.
Patriots 34-21. Bill Belichick is the reason. He's going to come up with an evil genius plan and ruin everyone's party in L.A.
Adam Ferrara is up next. Of course, Adam, one of the funniest people in the country. Twitter and Instagram at Adam Ferrara, and AdamFerrara.com for dates and information.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl? It's going to be the Patriots. You know why? Because I'm a Jets fan, and that's the way it goes. When Tom Brady dies, you're going to have to drive like a wooden stake through his heart just to make sure. So I think the Patriots are going to win, and I think they're going to kill him. I really think they're going to kill him. I don't see – I'm going 31-13. That's what I'm doing, 31-13. And I'm not happy about it. I got to lay down.
Adam has picked a team that, of course, doesn't deserve his loyalty, the New York Jets. Anytime that you play a home game and everybody wishes the Giants were there, it's a sad thing. One of the producers of this show, quite frankly, I would say the lead producer of this show, is a Jets fan. And I've never seen him happy one day in his life. Every day, even in the summer, he feels bad. Now, he wasn't alive when Joe Namath played. It was the only time to care about the Jets, and he missed it. He blew it. I'm sorry, Vito, but the truth is the truth. Nimesh Patel, check him out on Finding Nimesh.
Yeah, I have the Patriots winning by a wide margin because the Devils always win. And, I hope the Rams win, but Tom Brady is Satan. And I think the score will be 31-21.
Let's get this straight. Is Brady a cheater? Is he the devil? Is he evil? Is he lucky? No one ever says what a talented man and what a talented coaching staff. And man, this is the greatest run that any football team has ever had. They just keep bringing up the devil. It's kind of funny. Shane Gillis is next up. Check him out. His podcast is Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, available on iTunes. Secret Podcast. Maybe I shouldn't have given that away.
I'm going to go Patriots 42, Rams 28, blowout, and Tom Brady. That's why.
I want to let everybody know that during the football game, I want you to do this. Be the first person to tweet #Bonsai at Bennington Show on Twitter, and you can win a ball signed by the Super Bowl MVP, Nick Foles. If you tweet #Bonsai before the first interception, you're disqualified. You're out. You're not welcome here anymore. For all rules, go to theinterrobang.com, theinterrobang.com. Now, let's see what Glitter Cheese is up to. Well, that's who she is on Twitter and Instagram, but comedy audiences know her as Lisa Traeger.
I mean, unless you voted for Trump, you should be wanting the Rams to win. No one is for the Patriots. Tom Brady does not need more things. He's not good news. So definitely Rams. I heard they have a male cheerleader. They just moved to L.A. in the sunshine. So, and I hate St. Louis. It's the worst city in America. So I'm glad that they moved to the city and are going to win. I think it's going to be close, though, for sure. I would say it's 32-27 possible. 30-27. 30-27. That's 30-27 Rams.
They just lost 2 points. And she's now, as we tied the Patriots in with Donald Trump. Man, is this a hated team, even by the people who pick them. But we are now at twice the amount of comics have picked the Patriots as the Rams. Here's a guy that I'm also curious whether he knows a great deal about football. It's a guy who's just one of the funniest ever. His podcast, Ari Shafir's Skeptic Tank, is available on iTunes. Ari Shafir.
It's going to be the Patriots, everybody. It's going to be the Patriots. You might not have expected it. You might not have wanted it. But that's a new reality in America. The Patriots represent white men. And guess what? They're not giving up their throne. Obviously, MVP, Tom Brady, personal friends with Donald Trump. It all fits together, you guys. Patriots, 96, Rams, 7.
Patriots are being seen more and more as Proud Boys as this is going along. I know that Brady did not show up at the White House the last time they won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Let's see if he does it this time. I don't think his wife is going to let him. Talking about being able to tie up Tom Brady. She's done a hell of a job. Next up is a funny comedian who lives in Los Angeles. It's Jade Catapretta.
Hey guys, so super exciting. The Rams are playing the Patriots. I don't know much about football, but I know that Tom Brady is hot as so I'm going to go. I think the Rams are going to win because we need it. LA needs the support. LA needs the excitement. I think the score is going to be something like 10 hot points for Tom Brady, 20 hot points for whoever's on the Rams, who's also hot. Cool. Go football.
Jade, not to be a contrarian, but LA doesn't need anything. It's already Los Angeles. Boston, on the other hand, is a drab, cold, ugly place filled with massholes. I don't know who's going to win this game, but Los Angeles will be fine. I mean, they survive everything. Jared Freed is up next. The J Train podcast is available on iTunes.
I am taking the Patriots to beat the Rams 30-27. And if you have a problem with the Patriots, you have a problem with yourself. You're not successful. You're not good at what you do. Your wife is fat. Your husband is gross. You're not even the top in your industry. You're not even the best in your office. So you sit at home talking about Tom Brady and how much you hate him because you hate yourself. So remember that every time you get mad at the Patriots, look in the mirror at your ugly face because it's you that's the problem, not Tom Brady, not his beautiful wife Giselle, not his kids that he French kisses every single morning. Call your dad and talk to him and make up with him. Stop blaming the Patriots. Go Pat.
Jared Freed ain't having none of it. He came out so strongly for the Patriots that I'm starting to hope that they lose. Here's a man who gets up every morning and loves to dance. Why? Because he is Ian Finance.
I don't know much about football. Matter of fact, I don't know anything about football, but I know the Rams are going to beat the Patriots because the Rams don't have any Italians on their team. I just think the Rams need to take control of the pass rush percentage and really beat them to the goal line. You know, I think the Patriots have a problem staying in the pocket, and I really think the Rams are going to take control of the quarterback handoff. And at the end of the day, I think the score is going to be 13-7 Rams.
Well, if you were just listening to Ian Finance, you couldn't feel less masculine than you do right now. That man sounded like he was making his pick in a bubble bath. He's so much fun, but I don't understand a grown man who go, I don't know football. It seems impossible to me. The next two guys, my producer tells me they caught both of them getting off a plane and that they were both drunk. They are best buddies from the Rad Dudecast. This is Anthony DeVito.
Yeah, man. I think the Patriots are going to win. I don't know, like 31-17. I'm just furious. I hate watching them in the Super Bowl. The only team that can beat them are the Giants. I guess the Eagles too, but I don't really count that.
All right, Drunky, thanks for your pick. Let's go to your drunk friend. This is Greg Stone.
The score? I'm going to go 36-26 Colts. Wait, what? Oh, Patriots Rams? Patriots 36-26. Here's why. Can you hear me? I think I'm breaking up. 36-26 Patriots because I don't like them and God doesn't seem to want to play for me.
You weren't breaking up what your relationship should, because maybe that would help you bottom out and get help immediately. Drive him to a rehab. Josh Adam Myers lives in Los Angeles. He's got a fantastic podcast called The 500, and every month they go through one of Rolling Stones, or every week, I guess, or it's every month. I'm not sure which, but it happens quite often. They go through one of Rolling Stones magazine's top 500 albums. He's going to be doing it for a while. This is Josh Adam Myers.
The winner of this year's Super Bowl, which I think is number 74, is going to be the refs. The refs are going to win because they're underpaid and they're trying to show everybody that they're important, so they're throwing flags like crazy. They're going to have more screen time than anybody. But if we're talking about the teams, I really hate to have to say it, but I think Patriots are going to win. Final score, it's going to be a shootout. I'm going to say Patriots win down to the final play, 42 to 39. It's going to come down to a field goal, 42 to 39, Patriots, and that's it. But the refs are going to call a lot of fouls. It's not even a foul; it's a penalty. Same thing. All right, I'm done.
Yes, you are, Josh. I don't even know who he picked, or how, or why. But Josh is great. You can hear him on the goddamn Comedy Jam, along with this very, very talented man, Avery Pearson.
Another Patriots Super Bowl. I'm a Bills fan. I live in L.A. Got to go Rams, of course, because I just can't take it anymore. And I'm trying to figure out, I think it's not how many points are going to be scored during the game. It's like, how long is Brady going to do this to me? I feel like at the over-under is another 5 years. It'll be 46. So based off that, I'm going to split that in two. And so he's going to be, let's see, the Patriots are going to score 23 points. Rams are going to get 27. And that's going to be the final score. Rams 27, Patriots 23. And let's just pray to God that I don't have to watch Brady win another Super Bowl. It's enough, on behalf of every other team. Just stop. Just I can't do it anymore, man. I mean, we were terrible for what feels like 50 years, and now it's Brady. So I just want to end the suffering, I guess, for America.
Avery Pearson putting out there for all Americans, speaking for America, that he really dislikes Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Here's another guy from the goddamn Comedy Jam, and I follow him on Instagram, and he is so damn funny and so damn talented. I'm going to tell you that on Twitter and Instagram, it's at Jeremiah Stand Up. It's Jeremiah Watkins.
Unfortunately, I think the Patriots are going to take it once again. I think the final score is going to be Patriots 35, Rams 14. This is going to happen because Tom Brady is a demon. He is a zombie that won't die. He beat my precious Kansas City Chiefs in overtime. That shouldn't have happened. It should have been Kansas City Chiefs, Los Angeles Rams, with Kansas City Chiefs taking the victory back home. That didn't happen. The Patriots are going to beat them, unfortunately, now, and, it'll be another sad loss for Los Angeles. So there you go.
This is starting to get depressing. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm starting to feel bad for people. Make sure, though, you play our bonsai contest. Be the first person to tweet #bonsai at Bennington Show on Twitter, and you can win a ball signed by Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles. Go to theinterrobang.com for rules and regulations and everything that you need. Now, here's a very, very talented comedian. Also, I believe lives in L.A. It's Mary Lynn Rice Cub.
If I was a betting man, which I am, I would say Patriots all the way. They have more players that have played in the Super Bowl before, and so that's why I'm betting on them 100%. I think the score is going to be, in the 20s. And I say that because it was really hard for me to even make a guess about the teams because I had to Google what teams are playing, because when sports come on, I just see and hear white noise. So that's as far as I could get in my guess, but I stand behind that.
She only hears white noise anytime sports comes up, but she has picked the New England Patriots. Up next is a very, very funny comic who lives in Los Angeles like so many comedians. It's the one and only Brad Williams.
All right, everyone, we're getting ready for the big game. You want to know who's going to win, who's taking home the trophy. Well, only I, Brad Williams, will be able to tell you, and that is this country's gone through a lot. Okay, we're going through a lot of issues. Everyone's upset. So finally, the nation is going to get a win. We are going to get a W for the U.S. of A. because the Patriots are going to lose. That's right. The Patriots are going to lose. The Rams are going to win. Everyone's going to be happy except for the 14 massholes that are actual Patriot fans. But now, if you're sitting there going, like, but what about the good people who are actually Patriots fans? Really? Do you want all those? Do you want all those accents just telling you how great the fucking Patriots are, there, kid? Oh, fucking Tom Brady's the greatest fucking quarterback of all fucking time. No, you don't want that. Rams are going to win. It's going to be 37-33. It's going to be a close game. They're going to pull it out. The Rams are going to win. They have a stronger defense, and they have a more dynamic offense. They don't have the GOAT, but they have an innovative, young, good-looking head coach. Man, is he sexy. I'm not saying I'm gay, but I'd go gay for McVay. In fact, that's how I'm going to do all my hashtags. Gay for McVay. Enjoy the big game, everybody.
Gay for McVay. I got to tell you, Brad Williams has me leaning back now, thinking that maybe this is what America needs. A Rams win. As you know, Los Angeles is the most American of all cities. It's where the Constitution was signed. It's where the Pilgrims live. It's all about L.A. Tammy Pescadelli comes from a real American city, Cleveland. Oh, poor, pitiful Cleveland. Tammy Pescatelli.
Rams versus Patriots. I don't know. You get the fair weather fans and the Rams. I mean, if they don't score in the first half, people are going to leave all the Los Angeles fake good haircut bars. So for me, it's the Patriots over the Rams. I gotta say 24-30. It has to be that way. I have to see the loyal Patriots fans get it one more time. Almost any other team I would have went for, but the Rams, fake fans. St. Louis doesn't want them anymore, and LA just wants to put their sunglasses on and be seen and take selfies. I think there's going to be a couple field goals that are missed all the way around, and yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, that's what I think. Tammy Pescatelli. Oddly, she did put her finger on it because I will be watching this game at a fake haircut bar. It's on First Avenue on the east side. Chris DiStefano, he's got a brand new special out that's so damn good. Size 38 waist, now available on cc.com. Chris DiStefano.
I think the Patriots, unfortunately, are going to beat the Rams because the Patriots only lose to teams in the NFC East, the Giants and the Eagles, when it comes to Super Bowls. So unfortunately, the Patriots will win. And then I hope that somebody puts a strawberry in Tom Brady's smoothie because he's never had a strawberry. And but I think they're going to win, and I think the final score will be 35-31 Patriots.
Chris DiStefano brought up something I hadn't even thought of. Only the NFC East has beaten the Patriots. And the NFC East has over $500 million of super yachts. The only super yachts in football belong to the NFC East. None of this matters. But Christy Cello is here, and she was a theater kid. So obviously she knows quite a bit about football.
I think that the Patriots are definitely going to win the Super Bowl because of Tom Brady, who's, I don't know, my dad tells me he's the greatest football player of all time. And he's also very cute. And I think that the final score is going to be 100 Patriots, 0 the other team. I already forgot who the other team is. It doesn't matter. Go Patriots. I'm from Rhode Island.
I'm from Rhode Island. You know, you just hear Christy Cello speak and you think there is a person with a lot of street smarts, you know? There's a person that really knows what's happening on the boulevard. Earl Skakel is a guy who does a lot of these roast battles, and he's a West Coast guy. Let's see what he's up to.
As a diehard Pittsburgh Steeler fan, it's very hard for me to make this prediction, but I do believe the Patriots will win. I don't think the Rams are quite there yet. I think the Rams have the better defense, but I think the Patriots have the better offense and the evil genius of Bill Belichick. I think Sean McVay is a great coach, but he has no clue as to what he's in for with the evil schemes that Belichick and Brady will devise. It's like Darth Vader and the evil emperor. They're just too tough to go up against right now. 9 Super Bowl appearances, don't lie. Earl Skakel, a diehard Pittsburgh Steeler fan, killing him to do this. I believe the Patriots will win 34-21. That is all from Los Angeles.
Earl, I respect you because no matter what your heart says, you've taken a step back like a real sports fan and decided who you think is going to win this. Who is evil really doesn't matter all that much. Not when you're trying to pick who's going to win the game. Now, here is true evil. A man with a black heart. Mitchell Walters, lock it up.
It's going to be a great Sunday. Well, talking to George Flathead, Ronnie's friend Flathead, he likes the New England at 37-27. I, on the other hand, like the Rams 30-22. That's all I got to say. It should be a great Sunday.
Yeah, it should be a great Sunday. Me and Flats are going to be just doing rails, enjoying the game. Akash Singh actually has a sports podcast. It's Flagrant 2, and that's available on iTunes. So this is a guy to lean in close and listen to.
I think the New England Patriots are going to win this Sunday because the Rams got lucky by getting the greatest non-call in the history of sports. And I think God punishes you 1 week later, just like Green Bay lost right after the dead catch to Seattle in a heartbreaking fashion. I predict a heartbreaking loss for the Rams, and Tom Brady's going to be undisputably the greatest athlete of all time. The final score will be 24-23 New England. It's like that. Also, it's indisputably, not undisputably.
JimmySchubert.com is the place to go to pick up a hilarious new special called Zero Tolerance. Make sure you go to JimmySchubert.com. He's a Philly guy who now lives in L.A., Jimmy Schubert.
I think the Patriots going to win. The final score is going to be 37-24. I think the Patriots going to win because I don't think the Rams should be there in the first place. They got a good call on a play that it should be the Saints, but they're going to lose. I think the Rams are going to lose. I shouldn't say that because I'm from Los Angeles, but I don't care. I think the Patriots are going to kill them. Tom Brady's going to get his 6th ring, and that's it. You heard it here first.
No. A lot of other people have said the same thing, Jimmy. Zero tolerance. Go to jimmyschubert.com. Here's a guy that's also from the Philly area who I don't think he's a big football fan, but he is hilarious. It's Joe DeRosa.
The Super Bowl, who's in this thing again? I think it's New England, and they're obviously playing another team, but I have no idea who that other team is. Anyway, I'm going to give it to New England because they always win. God forbid they don't win. They always win. And the score is going to be, New England's going to have a higher score than the losing team. That's my prediction.
There's a guy, I believe he's from Coatesville, and he says that New England always wins. And his entire neighborhood went crazy last year when the Eagles beat the Patriots. I'm just pointing that out. Here's a guy that I know is going to pick the Patriots. It's Bobby Kelly.
Hey, what's going on? This is Robert Kelly, a.k.a. Big Bob from Boston, a.k.a. Bobby with an I-E, a.k.a. The Fish. Don't ask. The Patriots will be winning the Super Bowl this year. They will be winning the Super Bowl because they're the best. It's the Rams. No, who is it? It was the Rams, right? And that was the first Super Bowl that Brady actually won when they gave Bledsoe the boot. And they ran down the field. And they won it by what? How many points? Was it 2, 3? 3 points. Yeah, seconds left, right? I predict the same thing. They're going to make us have heart attacks. They're going to make us panic. It's going to be back and forth, and then we're going to win by 3 points. We're going to win the Super Bowl again by the crack of a butt hair. And there you go. Patriots, champions once again, number 6. And then we'll see you next year on the Super Bowl again. Deal with it.
Chris Stanley just said prick to me. He may be a prick because he's a Patriots fan, but he may also be the funniest person in the country right now. I'm going to be with Bobby Kelly and Rich Voss and Jim Florentine March 8th at the Keswick Theater in Keswick, Pennsylvania. Make sure you get tickets for this. Bobby Kelly, hilarious. Hey, John Rudnitsky is next. Instagram at John Rudnitsky.
My prediction for the football game, well, I know literally, I know nothing about it. I literally just called the Super Bowl the football game, so that should let you know how I feel about it. I'm going to predict that the Patriots are going to win because I think, I don't know, Tom Brady, he's apparently really good, and if L.A. wins, the town that I live in, we just don't deserve it. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to be celebrating in the streets. Just not worth it. Everybody will be, right back at Equinox, moments after the win. It will mean nothing. Drinking kale smoothies and being shitty. The final score, I don't even know what a football score would look like. Is 32-24 a thing? That could happen. That would be unlikely, right? I'm probably very unlikely. Okay, great. I've definitely got this wrong.
I know it feel like just moments ago that I plugged that I'm going to be at the Keswick Theater in Keswick, Pennsylvania with Bobby Kelly, Rich Voss, and Jim Florentine, but I'm bringing it up again because this is the big Dolphins fan and hilarious Jim Florentine.
The Patriots are in the Super Bowl once again. I think last year I picked them to win, and then the Eagles pulled it out at the end. I have a feeling the Patriots are going to win this one. My prediction at the beginning of the year was the Patriots and the Vikings. I was way off with the Vikings. So I'm going Patriots 28-24. It'll be pretty close. Rams will come back at the end. Patriots will hold them off because they get every call by the refs. So that third down where you think it's pass interference, when it's not even close to being pass interference, it'll get thrown. Patriots will get an automatic first down to win the game as usual. Patriots 28, Rams 24.
The hilarious Jim Florentine. Make sure you pick up tickets to see him with Bobby Kelly, Rich Voss, and me at the Keswick Theater in Keswick, Pennsylvania, Friday, March 8th. Here is a very, very good friend of Jim Florentine's and a very good friend of ours, Mr. Jim Norton.
For the Super Bowl, I'm picking the Chiefs 17-0.
Well, the Chiefs aren't in the Super Bowl, so let's try that again, Jimmy.
All right, this is Jim Norton. It's a few days later. I'm an asshole. When I picked the Chiefs 17-0, I think was the score, I wasn't being ironic or trying to be funny. I really thought they were in the Super Bowl. So I'm going to take the Rams 3-0.
Doesn't really do much better. There's a lot of nothings in there. A guy who has won the Highlander contest. And, of course, Chris Stanley does an impression of him.
I'm Paul Morrissey.
I'm Paul Morrissey. And I live in L.A. right now, so I'm rooting for the Rams. I think Jared Goff is the next Tom Brady. And my final score is 31-27. Rams will defeat Tom Brady and the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and L.A. will actually become a football city.
That may never happen, the way they love basketball. Dodgers are right in it every year, and now the Rams, that's become a sports town. Roy Wood Jr. is a guy who does enjoy football. Check him out at Twitter and Instagram at Roy Wood Jr.
Yo, it's Roy Wood Jr., man. Rams 42, Patriots 33. Final score. And I'm going out on an even bigger limb. Jared Goff, 4 touchdowns, 350 yards, Super Bowl MVP. I know you picked the Patriots, Norton. I know you did.
I like where Roy Wood, he's putting it all in. Everything, not only picking the score of the game, but stats for LA's QB. Getting close to the end of this. As a matter of fact, there's just one more guy, and he's the blue man. The one and only David Cross.
I think that it's the score. I think it's going to end up being 108 to 67 Saints over the Chiefs. I think once the office reviews, both games, and they'll see that the Saints, who I fucking hate, hate the Saints, were clearly robbed. And Kansas City, come on, that guy was like 3 inches in the neutral zone. That was ridiculous. Terrible call. I mean, it's legit, but come on, that's pretty petty, and they would have won the game. So I think what they'll do is they'll let the Pats and the Rams play the Super Bowl in Atlanta, but then they'll call it the Super Duper Bowl, and then this will be in Hawaii, and it'll be a much better game. And instead of Maroon 5, it'll be like the Replacements and Bikini Kill doing the halftime show. And then, as much as I hate the Saints, I think they'll beat Kansas City. And it'll have, and there'll be like one of those entire pig roast things. And that they'll have a bunch of those on the field. So they'll have to avoid that stuff, but then everybody will get fed for free, and all the money will go to Colin Kaepernick. So that's my prediction.
That is a prediction that will not come true. Let's go over the 50. Did we have 53 or 54? We had 53, but then there was Flatheads that was also thrown in for no apparent reason. And twice the amount of people, comedians, picked the Patriots as those who picked the Rams. It finished up at 34-17 for the Patriots. Well, by Monday, we'll know who's stupid and who's only kind of dumb. I just want to say one more time, make sure you play the Bonsai game with us Go to theinterrobang.com to get all the rules and try to win the big Nick Foles ball. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the big game, because I can't call it the